So let's go ahead and see who we have in the building. Uh-oh. Look, this is the one everybody's been waiting on, you guys. Cooper Manning is joining us today. I know you guys have a ton of questions for Cooper Manning. Cooper, you got to go ahead and unmute yourself for me when you get a chance. Also, we have Quandre Diggs in the building, you guys. Seattle Seahawk, you know, he's a former Texas Longhorn. We have Quentin Jammer in the building too. NFL cornerback, played at Texas, the Hook'em Horns there. Let me see who else do we have joining us. Cooper, thanks for joining us today. I see you.
I'm glad to be here. I got my Texas orange. I'm breaking out all my new gear because I haven't worn Texas stuff in a while or ever. So I got a whole new. I'm gonna put an outfit on new outfit every quarter. If that's okay.
I love that. So you guys, go ahead, start putting your questions in the chat immediately if you have them, because we want to go ahead and get them in. I know Cooper can't be here the entire game, but we definitely have tons of questions. And if they don't, I definitely do. So I'm excited that you're here today. Let's see, did Quandre make it over? Quandre, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Quandre, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Y'all, Quandre is live at the facility. So this is called pure dedication to join the hang today. So we definitely appreciate you. Thanks so much.
No doubt.
We also have Quentin Jammer. Quentin, are you in the building? Okay, I think they're pushing him over in just a second. And you guys,
he's here. He's muted.
Is he muted?
He's here. He's muted. Yeah, he's an old man. He don't know how to use technology.
All right. And again, we have so many people that are going to be joining us at different times. So let's go ahead and kick off the
All right, I'm in the building now.
Okay, there you go. You figured out where that mute button was.
I'm old. Technology not my thing.
It's all good. We're glad to have you. And again, dedication live from the car, you guys. I love it. All right. Jan Ian has our first question. Jan, if you want to unmute yourself, Jan, go ahead and ask your first question. Jan Ian. The mute button is kind of at the bottom to the right.
Okay, am I on now?
Yay!
Thank you. I was just wondering for Cooper, I was wondering if Texas going into the SEC helped his son make his decision.
That's a good question, and I really think it did. You know, we live down here in New Orleans, and with both Peyton and Eli, my dad and me going to all SEC schools, that definitely made it a lot more interesting. It's fun to, these SEC towns are so fun to go to. Great to go on the road to places like Gainesville and Knoxville and Oxford. So the fact that, I think Austin's probably a pretty desirable spot to go to, but there's a lot of great other SEC towns to go to. Look forward to that. And I'm not sure, they haven't quite figured out when that's going to take place, whether it's 23, 24, or 25. But I think that had a big impact on in playing that fantastic conference. Good question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. We appreciate that. Shopmaster, you're up next. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
How you doing? I got a question for Cooper. By the way, you're my favorite Manning brother. Question for you. What is the one I know you're going to get sports questions, but what is the one thing you get to brag to your brothers who have, Super Bowl rings and stuff? What's the one thing you get to brag to your brothers about that you've done that they haven't done? Is there anything you like have in your back pocket over them?
That back pocket's pretty empty right now. They've done so much. It's we really have a little more of a civil relationship than your typical. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't like that growing up, but as you grow older, you kind of quit, trying to peacock around and act like you're better than the other one. I'll say that the most competitive time for us these days is probably on a golf course where everybody is. Everybody has a lot of weaknesses. So those guys, we all get along pretty well, all pull for each other. But they've done a whole lot more than I have. So I'm kind of a supporter more than trying to, if I say, oh, guess what, guys, I, made a B+ in chemistry and y'all made a B. They go, great, move on, next, who cares? So it's a pretty civil relationship around here. Brotherly love,
Got you. Thanks for answering my question.
No problem.
Nice shot, Master. We also have a question here from Jason. It's not VIP, so I'm going to throw it up. It's for Quandre. Jason wants to know how's your rehab been going, and are you ready for the season?
Rehab's done. I mean, I got 2 days to go till Monday, so I'm ready to go. Been blessed, to be able to come back from the injury the last game of the season. But, I worked my tail off to come back, and I'm excited to get out there Monday night and, go out and do what I've been blessed to be able to do and keep it pushing. So I think it'll be fun atmosphere. I think, guys will be surprised how fast I came back and how healthy I really am.
You're hanging out at the facility right now, so like you're literally about to go into another room and go into meetings.
Yeah. So in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'm gonna go into our team meeting, and I really could take this in the team meeting because our team meetings are never serious. So, but I ain't gonna do that today. I ain't gonna pull that card today.
Maybe you should go for like the first 20 seconds so we can see what it looks like. We just want to see what it looks like.
Nah, I ain't trying to get that fine.
All right, Alicia J, you have a question. Alicia J, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Alicia J. Mute button. Jan, if you could go ahead and mute yourself for me, Jan. There you go. Jan and Nunley, can you mute yourself? I don't think she can hear me. All right, we'll go to Anthony B. Anthony B, you have a question? Go ahead and unmute yourself, Anthony. Takes a little time to find the unmute button. Anthony B.
Trying to tell y'all that mute button is.
I know. See, Quinn, it's not just you. I promise you.
There we go.
All right,
Not just me.
All right, go ahead, ask your question.
Hey, Cooper, how you doing? I just want to, it's not really a question. I just wanted to say, back in the day, your dad was a real pro. We didn't get a lot of the constant feedback of all the highlights, but we only saw your dad either like making these unbelievable plays or getting clobbered in the pocket. But he was the driving force of the Saints franchise way back when, and he was a real stud. So I just want to, pass on to your dad that there's still a few old guys out there who remember him.
Well, I appreciate that. I know he always likes to be remembered. The rules were a little different back then. You could take that 2 or 3 extra steps and knock a quarterback. They didn't try to protect him very much, and that old AstroTurf was a little tougher. So he's starting to feel it a little bit more these days. Kind of getting beat up a little bit, but it was fun to. I was fortunate enough to be young enough to go to those games and be in the locker room and be a part of that. And he loved his time with the Saints. So I appreciate you saying that.
He's a tough dude. Can you imagine what a quarterback would do today if fans showed up with a bag on their head? I mean, it's a totally different world in a lot of ways, but man, he sailed right through that. He really was a leader, back in the day.
They didn't have very good teams, and I think that's part of what kind of New Orleans liked about him is that this day and age people move around, and he wanted to stay there and try to get them right, and a lot of different coaches, a lot of different players, and not a whole lot of wins. But I guess he was a little bit of a ray of light in those kind of dismal 70s times for the Saints. But the Aints, as they were affectionately known back in the day, are looking.
That's right. Well, just tell your dad that his efforts didn't go unnoticed. That's all. Good luck.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Nice comments.
Hey, Brian Thomas, if you could do me a favor and go ahead and mute yourself, if you don't mind. All right, we have another question that is not from VIP, but I'm going to go ahead and throw this. Andre, if you could go ahead and mute yourself for me. Brian.
I'm letting him know that we're looking into it.
Brian, you can mute yourself.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Brian Thomas. There you go. We got him. All right. So, Quentin, this one is for you. This one is coming from the chat, and it says, what was your favorite NFL play of all times? Was it when you shut down Randy Moss in the AFC Championship game against Tom Brady? Was that your most memorable game?
Of course, that's definitely my most memorable game because one, it was my first time, being in the AFC Championship game against, the GOAT Tom Brady. First quarter, I pick him off, playing, cover two up the seam, sync with number one, and he tries to throw it to number one, pick off, and then guard the other GOAT, Andy Moss, at receiver, and put it on him. It was a moment for me, in my opinion. I took a lot of criticism in my early years with San Diego. So to come in and to be able to play, one of the greatest wide receivers of all time in the AFC Championship game at 19-0 or 18-0, whatever they were at the time, and completely taking out of the game was amazing. It was awesome.
So I got to ask all three of you guys, Cooper, Quentin, and Quandre, you guys are, obviously rooting for UT today. They're the underdogs.
Yeah.
I mean, any predictions, any score predictions? Do you think they can pull it off?
I'll let the Texas
I
alum
mean,
go first
it's
on
football, anything can happen,
Yeah, I think
Alabama, so
Alabama is a
go
seasoned
ahead, Cooper.
team. They got, I'm looking at the roster. They have so many juniors that have played a lot of football that are there that'll all be, draft picks. And you look at the Texas roster and you're playing a lot of freshmen. They've had great recruiting classes the last 2 years. So you have freshmen and maybe some true sophomores that are, going to have a big impact. But I think that veteran team, especially with a guy quarterback who's played a lot of football, is going to be challenging. So, I think this will be a great test for Texas. I don't think, they're a 20-point underdog. I don't think anybody's expecting, much more than that. But I think it'll be a great test, and I think this is exactly where Texas wants to be in a year or 2 or 3, to where this is Alabama's the chalk in football. This is where Texas wants to be.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree
Cooper.
with Cooper.
I think at the end of the day, everybody is trying to get to the level of Alabama and what Nick Saban's done. And all you can hope is, and all you can hope and respect is the players go out, play hard, and they go out there and some of these guys grow up over this game, and as they grow up, you continue to take that in the Big 12 play, and maybe this could be a stepping stone for a bigger season for those guys. But like Cooper said, they're a 20-point underdog. We just expect the guys to go out there and compete. I was around these guys all off-season rehabbing, and I just know how much these guys work for this moment. So I'm definitely excited to go see what they're going to do.
Good deal. Good deal. We have a question. Go ahead, Quentin.
Texas just held them for the first drive. Guy hit a long field goal, so a good start. They've been getting a little pressure on Bryce, which is hard to do. So I think overall first drive, good to go ahead and hold them to 3.
I love it. Teresa V has a question. We're going to let her unmute, but let me ask you guys while she's unmuting: is there really a such thing as like home field advantage with the crowd? And with them, with UT being such underdogs right now, could that momentum of the crowd and just being at home really, really, really push them forward, or is that just like a saying?
No, it's a real thing. I think especially in Seattle, where my brother plays. You know what I'm saying? Like the 12s, they get so loud that the opposing quarterbacks, they can't get their count off when people jump off sides all the time. So it's definitely a thing. But I think for Texas today is it's a chance to put a stamp on what you've all been working for so long. We're 20-point underdogs, but there's guys who can go out and there's a team that can go out and make a name, because it's Alabama. You're playing against a dynasty, pretty much, a college dynasty. So you can go out and put a stamp on your season by beating them. And I hope the guys And I know, the guys in the locker room are exactly what they're thinking. We can put a snap on our season right now. If we can, we go out and beat them, or we go out and make this thing a game, and we have a chance to, win in the end. But nobody's really, thinking Texas can win this game. But I mean, in all honesty, anything can happen. Like it's college football.
That's exactly right. College football. Who knows? Crazy things happen in college football.
Crazy things happen.
Hey, real quick, you guys. The season's just getting started, and Coke is connecting fans with exclusive content, recipes, and experiences on their Great Calls digital hub. So you can actually win weekly prizes for DoorDash fanatics, Coca-Cola store, and Yeti coolers. So make sure to check it out and put the ads in the hang. You'll see them kind of floating around here, or you can actually go to Coca-Cola/college football. Again, we have that Coca-Cola ad right there at the top. You can click that for your chance to win weekly prizes. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely love to win some prizes. We have another great question in the chat I want to ask for Teresa V. She's not able to come off mute. Teresa V's question is...
Oh, I'm off mute, girl.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay. Hey, Teresa, how are you?
I'm sitting with a guy named Andre Reed, and he wanted to ask Quandre, has Quentin taught you anything about football? If so, what exactly? And if you have any funny stories, we want to hear it.
Oh, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, we 13 and a half years apart. We grew up in the same household. So for us, it was always like, I wanted to be like my bigger brother, you know what I mean? So like, for me, it was always like, I watched everything he did. Everything he did, I wanted to do that. Whatever number he wore, I wanted to do that. So I think it's always been my role model still to this day. But I will say the one thing he did teach me was you need to take catching the football seriously, because he couldn't really catch really good. And I made that a deal for me where I'm gonna make sure I catch the interceptions. I'm gonna make sure I get my hands on the football. And but that's something that he also worked with me with. I remember he used to stand like 7 yards away from me and just drill the football at my face, and I would have to like catch it. And if I didn't catch it, then he would be talking trash, and it's same old big brother little brother stuff. But that's probably the main thing is like catch the football, because you don't get too many opportunities, and when you get the opportunities, you gotta take advantage of it.
What's up, guys? This is Andre Reed. Catch the football. What does that mean? You guys aren't supposed to be able to catch a football. You're DBs. What's up?
Hey, man. Hey, I got to go get the football. I'm a playmaker, man. I play offense my whole life. So for me, it's like I need to get the football in my hands somehow, some way. And that's kind of what I kind of build my game off, is going to get that football.
I love it. All right, Sandmeat, it is on you. Go ahead and unmute yourself. You had a couple questions. Sandmeat, go ahead and get off mute.
Hey guys, so
There
I'm
you
kind
go.
of half watching the game too, but my question is a couple questions. One is Arch watching, and two, what's more of the key today? You guys think Ewers or the defense stopping that?
Arch is in the next room watching. I can look over here. They had practice this morning, and they had a good win last night. So they had a little practice film and lift, but he's back. He just made it just in time for kickoff. I think the big test is going to be stopping that offense. I mean, Bryce is such a smart player. They have a good experienced offensive line, some new receivers, but Sark is going to be able to dial up some stuff, and Quinn can make all the throws, and they've got some weapons. Bijan, of course, is as fine a running back as there is. If they can, I just saw they had a nice play right there and a big penalty, which hurts. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if Texas is able to score some points, just whether they can defend. That's a big challenge.
Okay, they're putting in.
I agree with that.
Awesome, and great game by Arch last night.
Oh, thank you. They had a good game plan last night. It was all one of those nights when it all kind of works. So that was fun. Friday night football, high school football is still great. I love college football, but there's something kind of pure about high school football that's it's unrivaled.
Absolutely.
All right, Cooper, I hate to put you on the spot, but there's some people in the chat saying, we want to see Arch. Where is Arch? Where is Arch?
I mean, I think he's I think he's biting his nails. They're bleeding. I don't think he's I'm not sure. This is he may make a cameo. He doesn't listen to anything I say anyway, so you know.
he had a hell of a throw the other day. I saw that throw on the internet. I saw that.
He's had, you know, this is his senior year. He's got some weapons. They got, you know, he's got a tight end that's going to Texas with him, which is fun to throw to. Great. Will Randall had a good night last night. Everybody playing both ways, so it's you know, again, it just, you know, it's always fun to win one. Then you go, oh goodness, who we got next? You know how it is.
No doubt.
All right, Marty, you got the next question, Marty. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Cooper.
Marty, how you doing?
Yeah, mute button.
Great. Hey, so where do you find the best gumbo in New Orleans?
Ooh, okay. See, this is something I'm savvy at talking about right here. You're asking the right question.
Yeah.
You know, I think the best gumbo is Donald Link is a chef down here. He's got, you know, 4 or 5 restaurants. Pesh is a spot, and then Herb Saint, and they have the best gumbo. I mean, I feel guilty ordering 2 gumbos back to back, but I've done it before. But you know what? You could line up 100, you know, New Orleanians who know their stuff and get 100 different answers. There's that much on the menu and that many options, and you can do the same thing. For me, on a Saturday game day football, I crave gumbo and I crave a fried shrimp po' boy. Those 2 things are like, I don't know. You can smell it with the grass being cut, with the humidity, and just the sound of, you know, announcers in the background. Those are the 2 things I crave on a Saturday game day. So,
with a Coke, I hope.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, exactly. An array of Coke products. You know, I'll have a Diet Coke, a Coke Zero, probably all 3. Just as I'm getting into the second half of that shrimp po' boy.
Good one, Marty. Look, I saw some people taking notes. They're going to try all those places that you named, Cooper. You know, speaking of food, I see. Say it again.
The spots. There's a couple. I mean, it's funny. Whenever I like a gumbo, they always go, "Oh, you know." I'll tell Donald Lake, "Hey, I went and saw this. I went to this restaurant. They had good gumbo." He goes, "Oh, they copied my gumbo." So he's real territorial about his gumbo, but it's good. Pesh is a good. Oh, big shot down the field. Got him. Yes, sir. Did they give it to him? Oh, out of bounds. Xavier Worthy getting by that safety in the middle. Quinn laid it out there pretty good. But he had a hard time coming up with it. It was going to be an amazing catch.
When I tell you that's some serious speed, Xavier is fast.
He can really go. Yeah, he can really go.
I was out there rehabbing, man, and the dudes are trying to catch him out there, about to pull their hamstrings trying to catch him out there.
Well, I like that they're taking a shot at first down. You know, 1st and 10, go deep, and that, you know, those shots early sometimes can help. You know,
no question.
Open it up.
Yeah, soften up
better than anybody. When they start going deep, you start backing up a little bit. Isn't that true?
Start going deep. Yeah. And them corners tied a little bit.
I think that's probably a
defense. Yeah.
Don't you think that's probably part of the reason why they win? Just because he can really, the ability to really stretch the field. That's probably what he's known for.
Yeah, definitely. He's been known for that since he was in high school, throwing the ball around the you can just see the arm angles and all that. Like everything he's doing at quarterback. I mean, he's been doing a lot of that stuff since high school.
This is a physical receiver right here too, Whittington. I watched him run. He's built like a strong safety or something. He doesn't look like your typical receiver.
Oh, he is, and he's like So this
nobody really talks about him, but he's awesome. Like he's a pretty good wide receiver.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that like you got to tell him to stop working. So like he will work out with them, he would work out with them in their morning workouts, and then we would go in after them and do our field work, and he would be out there doing field work with us. I'm just like, bro, you got to sit down.
He just caught 3 balls in a row. Your timing is great. He looks like a guy who could, I'm not saying I don't know what kind of draft pick he'd be, but this guy looks like he'll play for 10 years in the league. Just
do
everything. Physical.
He can run too. He
reminds me of an Anquan Bolden type receiver.
That's exactly right. Just
like guy who catch the ball over the middle, get you some yards after catch. Gonna be a tough guy to bring down. Just a tough, like hard-working wide receiver. Yeah, he'll play 10 years in the league.
He one of those small town guys, bro, and he just got that chip on his shoulder where like he come from a little small town in Cuero, and he had to work for everything. You feel me? So that's just who he is. Being around him this offseason like made me appreciate him a lot more because he was in there on the Peloton with me and everything. So I just appreciate him a lot more just being around him and knowing, the way he worked.
They just tried to throw to JT Sanders. I read somewhere where Sark said they thought he might have the best hands on the whole team. He's a good looking.
I saw that. Yeah. They wanted him to play DN at one point, but he was like, "Nah, I got to catch the football."
Big third down here. Third and goal from the 7 or 8. Probably
this is a big one. This is a big one.
Pretty fast first quarter coming. 3 minutes left.
That's true. I think we're gonna have to get Bijan going in the pass game more than the run.
Soccer Saturdays keeping me out of the house from watching the game. Got to get home, but I can't drive and Zoom.
Well, you can ride with me sometime. That's all I do is drive and Zoom.
All right, real quick, you guys, we are going to do a trivia question, an Academy Sports and Outdoors trivia question. We love giving away prizes here. We actually have an amazing gift card for one lucky winner. Now, the only rule is you cannot yell out the answer. You have to put the answer in the chat, okay? Put your answer in the chat. And the first person to get the answer correctly will actually be mailed this Academy Sports and Outdoors gift card. So, our first Academy trivia question is, what pick in the draft was 2-time Pro Bowler Quandre Diggs? Quandre, you cannot answer this.
I know this.
Was it A, number 10, B, number 50, C, number 200, D, did he go undrafted? Let us know in the chat, the first person to get the answer right. You see the answer in the chat too?
I know it. Yeah, I see the chat.
I see the right answer.
You see the right answer?
Yeah, Jan N.
Who is it?
Jan N.
Jan N. Jan N got it right. What was our answer?
C, 200.
Boom. Jan N. Go ahead and unmute yourself. You got you a gift card courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors. Woo! Congratulations.
Hey, Quandre, are you one of those guys who can name all 199 that happened before you? Walking around mad about?
Hey, it's funny that you brought that up because I was actually about to tell the story of it was only one person who could talk me off the ledge that day. It happened to be the guy here and my brother because I was pissed. But I do know it was 24 corners drafted ahead of me. And I'll never forget that.
I bet half of those guys are already selling insurance back at their hometown.
No question. And I look every year. I go back every year before the season starts when the active roster is set, and I go see who's still on the active roster.
Let's see. A little third down. They went for it.
He was pissed.
Oh, that's funny. I love it.
That's a great play. Let's just make the field goal. We're struggling with our kicker.
That looked like that could have been DB was going for the ball.
All right, we got a tie game. That's a good look.
That's buddy. What's his name? Kool-Aid. That boy named Kool-Aid.
Uh-huh.
I'd have to change my name.
I was going to name my child Coca-Cola, but my wife said no, thank you.
Hey, Quandre, so you were bringing up, you knew all the corners that were picked before you. Like, see, you know, obviously we never get a chance to experience that. What is that like when you're sitting waiting on your name to be called? I just watched the movie about the Greek freak called I Rise, while he was sitting there trying to be picked, you know, he was going to get drafted. And it's interesting. It's like, is that really like you're literally biting your nails?
Yeah, I mean, I knew I wasn't going the first day. I knew I wasn't going the first day. I knew it was an outside chance I'll go the second day. But the third day, Cleveland had called me like at 8 a.m. It was like, you need to get your family together. We got 2 4th-round picks. We taking you with the 4th-round pick. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I get the family up. We get ready. You know, we doing crawfish and shrimp and, you know, crab legs and stuff like that. And Cleveland like drafts a safety, and then they trade the other pick, and I'm just like, oh dang! So I guess I ain't going to Cleveland no more. So you got to think, from the 4th round to the 6th round, that's like 3 hours of waiting. So I'm just literally sitting there. My best friend actually gets drafted ahead of me. He gets drafted ahead of me, and I'm like, dang. Well, my best friend went, and I ain't went yet. Like, dang. So then I'm just sitting there, and my brother, he's more of a like dark liquor kind of guy, and I don't really drink. I don't drink like that. So my brother's trying to give me a drink to calm my nerves down and stuff like that, and I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just mad, like sitting there mad, and then I never forget. Like I seen the what's Detroit? They 313, right? 313 area code, something like that came up. And it was Detroit. And I was still pissed. I remember telling the coaches, like, oh, I got to make everybody pay. I don't care. I don't care. So that's just my mentality, though. Like, I'm that angry guy like that all the time.
That is hilarious. Trying to give you some brown liquor to calm your nerves, huh?
I couldn't do it.
Man, he was. He was.
That is hilarious. All right, Shot Master, go ahead and unmute yourself. You have the next question. And while you're unmuting yourself, I want to say congratulations again to Jan. Congratulations, Jan. We'll be sending you a gift card courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors. And don't forget, everybody, gear up all season long at your local academy. Or you can go to academy.com for the latest tailgating and fan gear. I mean, they got grills, coolers, chairs, all of your school brand and merchandise. Academy has you covered. So make sure to check out academy.com or hit up their local store, okay? All right, Shot Master, you are next.
Yeah, this one's for Quentin. Big fan of yours. Watch you play a lot at for the Chargers. Who was your toughest cover during your career?
I have always said that my toughest cover was Marvin Harrison. You know, that's big corners. Sometimes with small guys. You know, he was a guy who every route that he ran looked the same. So if he was running if he was running the go route, like he could snap it off and run a comeback. He could snap it off and run an out route. He could go to a post. He could snap it off and run a dig route. Like all of his routes looked the same every time he ran them, and he could just, you know, like I prided myself on like being able to watch where receivers lined up, and I studied a lot of film, watched where receivers lined up, and watched what routes they would run out of, you know, certain positions where they were on the field when they lined up, and like he ran every route the same from whatever position he lined up in. He ran every route the same, and it was just tough to like get a read. He was shifty, he was fast, and he was just one of the toughest covers. He's my top toughest cover. Him and Chad Ochocinco.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny, Quentin, you know, with Peyton having played with Marvin for so long, he was such a understated guy. He rarely did interviews. He was super quiet, kind of like was the first guy to get out of there in the locker room. Didn't want any attention. Kind of, in the world of receivers and divas and how they are today, he was the exact opposite of that kind of mentality, which is
The
funny.
exact opposite. Yep. Never talked, never said anything. No trash talking. Just went about his business. And he went about his business as well as anybody could do it in the league ever.
Yep, a Hall
Now
of
he's
Famer.
coaching.
His son is going to be a great player. His son is a
At Ohio State.
sophomore at Ohio State. He's big, like a bigger version of Marvin. He's put together. He's going to be a star.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Hey, Teresa and Andre, y'all can go ahead and unmute Cooper. They were hanging out with your family, it sounds like, over the weekend. Actually, on Thursday.
Who's that?
Andre Reed and Teresa. Hey, go ahead, Teresa.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Andre and I got to sit with Eli and Roger Goodell. Cooper and Eli and Andre were bonding.
Oh, really? Good.
Of course, yeah. We were. It's funny because I was just standing. I was watching the field, and I just turned over, and I was like, "Oh, Eli, there you are." All right, it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, over my career, obviously, I know Peyton a little better,
Right.
but I've maybe seen Eli maybe once or twice in the last maybe 10 years, and it was just a surprise to see him there in the box like out of nowhere. So
Yeah, Eli's
yeah,
got.
Cooper, go ahead.
Eli, it's funny how Eli, kind of in New York, he can still just kind of blend in. He has that way of just walking down, Madison Avenue, and people going, "Was that Eli?" No, I don't think that was him. He just got that way about him. So
let me ask you a question, Coop, about Arch, man. Let me know what you think and what everybody else is talking about. All the hype, hype is a big word, but it seems like he is actually, he's taken all that hype and he is proving. I think he just got to prove himself. You don't have to prove anybody else right now. Just prove himself that he can be that player and play like that, and all the other stuff will take care of it. And I have Teresa here always giving me a sheet of paper to tell me what to ask. I think I'm good enough. I can ask a question.
Okay.
What do you feel is the next step for him with all this hype? I know he's going to Texas, right? He's he committed to Texas, right?
yes, he did. Yes.
And what is his next what's the process for him next after this year and all that?
Well, I think as you can relate to, just the jump from high school to college is huge. The jump from college to pro is even bigger. Just the speed of the game, the that tight window that I remember Eli saying, "Look, I can't throw to him. He's not open." They go, "No, that is open. That's open.
That is open,
like,
right?
That's open." So I think that's going to be always a big learning curve, and then just getting adjusted. You're not going to play teams that have inferior athletes or just are not well coached or what have you. So you're going to have to every day is a test, and so I think that's going to be a big part of it. Just I don't think he's in a huge hurry to get on the field and prove himself. Like he wants to get there and learn and get bigger and get stronger, get more confident, and I think that's part of the process. He's not into the hype. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, well, he's got two of the best to ever do it, behind him. Plus his grandfather. I mean, his grandfather was pretty good too. So he's got a lot of knowledge that he can put in his pocket. So he definitely should take advantage of that. But it's just like a receiver, like you said about a quarterback when you said, "Oh, well, I can't get that there. That's not open." Yeah, it's like a receiver. Well, you only have maybe about a foot and a half to be open in the NFL, probably less than that. And the quarterback has to put it in that foot and a half. And that's a tough thing that at that level. And in college, it may be 2 feet. And then in high school, it's like even bigger, that it's easier. So that's I think that would be the transition for him. But he's got all the tools and all the backing to do it, and I look forward to seeing him at Texas.
He's enjoying his high school senior year. As you remember, those were great times with good buddies that you'll be with. Be your pals forever. That are all. I'd say he's got 3 guys, probably 3 or 4 guys that might go on and play a little football. The rest of the guys, I always tell him, he's throwing to future dermatologists and lawyers and just regular businessmen. So those will be his friends forever. But I think he's looking forward to the next challenge. Oh, good play right there by Quinn. Alabama just broke a long run, literally probably looks like about a 75-yard run. So jumped ahead 10-3, but we'll see if Texas can answer.
Andre,
everybody.
Can we do one more question for you, Quandre? Quandre, they have one more question for you. One more. Shot master, you hurry up. He has to go.
Hey, Quandre, real quick. Quandre, I know you're a big Madden fan. I know you are. They got you as an 88 speed in Madden. Do you have beef with that?
I'm not a really big Madden fan, honestly, to tell you the truth. I just like to talk. I like to talk trash to Madden people. I mean, that's on them. You feel me? As long as they cut that check every year, they cut that Madden check, they can put me at whatever rating they want. I just keep going out there and go get the football and keep making Pro Bowls and all pros.
All right, we gonna get them to change that. We got you. We got you. I got the inside scoop.
Quandre, we know when you have your team meetings. Thank you so much for jumping on. We really appreciate it. I mean, smack dab in the middle of, we saw you having to eat, trying to get prepped for, what you got going on today. So we definitely appreciate you hanging with us today, Quandre.
No doubt. Thank y'all for having me. Good meeting everybody. Good meeting you also, Cooper. I'm sure I'll see you around. And Quillen, I'll call you later.
Look forward to it, buddy.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later, bro.
Yes, sir. All right.
Deep shot right here to Texas. Boom, right there. There's your guy right there, Q, who can go from Q to an X.
Yep.
Xavier, beautiful throw right there. And a great, this Xavier Worthy can absolutely boogie.
Cooper, we have another question.
He can play.
Yep. Fire away. I'm ready for you.
Jaden, go ahead and unmute yourself, Jaden.
The mute button got everybody shit.
Quentin, you jinxed us. I'm telling you, you jinxed us.
Most people ask me to put my mute button on.
All right, Jaden, we'll give you just a second to find the mute button. It's kind of at the bottom right. So whenever you can find your mute button, we'll definitely take your question. But Cooper, I do want to ask you this. In the Manning family, do you all play anything other than football?
We play a ton of Parcheesi and chess and checkers and Monopoly and Sorry, and we do a lot of leg wrestling, just the standard stuff every family does. Yeah,
that's pretty standard. The leg wrestling.
Yeah, nothing Quentin's not used to.
Yeah.
Chicken fights in the pool.
Those games get very competitive.
Yeah, man. That's it's such a blessing. For Quentin, you too, and Cooper, how often do families get a chance to have multiple, really elite athletes, right? That is, that's something in that bloodline. That's something, that's something that is definitely a blessing for sure.
Well, I think Quentin can attest to it. Everybody likes to compete, no matter if it's who can eat the most hamburgers. Everybody said, okay, let's get after it.
Yeah, everything is a competition. Everything. Like right now, my brother is trying to see. He's trying to get good in golf, so he can say that he's better than me in golf. So he's taking lessons, and he's out on the golf course all the time. And we'll see, dude. We'll get to the golf course soon, and we'll see how good you've gotten.
Oh, I love that.
everlasting competition between me and him.
That's awesome. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm obviously not in the league. I love the competition family. Like my family is pretty competitive too, so that's cool. All right, Evan, you have a question? Go ahead and unmute yourself, Evan M. And then Jaden, we'll come back to you, okay? Evan?
Sorry. Two questions.
Yes.
One is for Teresa. How does one bond with Roger Goodell? And then the second is, what is the most awkward moment any of the stars that we have here have had with when the recruiters came to your house to give their pitch?
I do have an answer. This is Teresa. Roger Goodell is our dear friend because secretly he's a Buffalo Bills fan because he grew up in Jamestown, New York.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Like how is it? Is it an awkward moment when the recruiters are in your house with your family making the sales pitch, so to speak?
You know, these
I don't
recruiters.
think you think of it as awkward.
Go ahead, Q. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's part of the process. You know, you have to go through the process. I think like if there's one awkward part about the whole process and about having a recruiter come to your house is it's awkward to have a guy come in from a school where you know you're not going to go, but you still, you know, you hear his pitch, you give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like they're salesmen, maybe they can sell you on their school, but you know you're not going there, but like, be present and listen to the pitch. And so I think, you know, as far as like awkward moments go, I think that's an awkward moment because you know you're not going to this school. Like, you know you're not going. They're here. You might as well listen to them anyway. So I think that's pretty awkward.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, these recruiters, these coaches, they're pretty good at what they do. They don't. They've done it so many times and been in so many houses and dealt with so many situations that not much rattles these guys. And you know, I can say as a parent who's going through it a little different than being a player, and my wife would say we liked everybody. It's like, man, these people are great. I liked every single. They were all brand new shiny cars that looked great. See, that kind of makes it even more challenging to say, I like them all. How do you pick one? It's not easy.
And what are the types of questions that you're asking the recruiter?
Well, I think you're. You know, it's funny. I as a parent, I was a little more quiet. I sat back and let Arch ask questions because, you know, he's a teenager and he's trying to figure out. He doesn't know what he likes and what he doesn't like. He's trying to develop his own taste. I mean, you know, first time he goes somewhere, he's like, "Oh, that was awesome." The next time he goes to another place, he's like, "Wait, maybe that wasn't that awesome. I don't think that was as great as I thought it was." You know, you're really trying to. It's like you're trying a lot of things for the first time and kind of get a sense of what's important to you and what's not. And I would. Anybody that's going through that process, I would definitely encourage them to visit places as many times as you can and meet people, you know, interact, because you find out more and more and you go, you know what, this guy didn't make a great first impression, but now that I met him for the third time, I really like him. He's really grown on me. And some guys are great at first and then they kind of fade. So, you know, I think all these kids have to envision, where am I going to be and happy? And I think that's all, as a parent, all you want. Like when things go wrong, when you do poorly on a test and you're late for practice and you throw interceptions and, you know, your girlfriend breaks up with you and, you know, you're homesick on a Sunday night and you got 2 papers due, where are you not going to be just flat ass miserable? Where are you be happy? I think that's the answer.
Good one. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, Jaden, did you find the mute button, Jaden? It's on you. It's your turn. Jaden. All right, Jaden earlier said I'm unmuted now. So we'll come back to you again, Jaden. Okay, Marty S., you have a question?
Cooper, when Arch was looking at schools, did the new NIL rules have anything to do with his decision? Did Texas come with more promises than other schools?
You know, we never talked about NIL with anybody. I mean, they do their pitch on just what all, you know, how it works and what they're looking at, but no, we've never discussed anything. No, nothing. I know I heard from a friend the other day someone saying, "Oh, I heard, you know, blah 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 offered this." I said nothing. We didn't. Was never discussed, and he's not going to do anything while he's in high school. I mean, you know, we'll go down that path if and when it makes sense in college. But he wanted to evaluate things kind of like someone would 10 years ago or 20 years ago, just on the program, the school, the fit.
Y'all, I think we got a game, right? When you say we got a game, I mean,
we got a game. We got, you know, Texas just tied it up, Bijan around the end, but 2 plays before that, Dallas Turner from Alabama hit Quinn as Quinn was thrown out of bounds smartly and landed on him. It looks like he has a left shoulder injury, and so Hudson Card, who is an experienced quarterback, really good athlete, is now in at quarterback, which could make this interesting. Quinn was playing well, but Hudson, I know at least the staff feels good that he can come in and man the ship.
hey, everybody, I want to also remind you guys, I don't know if you all have actually gotten your tickets so far for our next upcoming hangs. You guys, we're going to have, look, I have all these little, we're going to have LeGarrette is going to be joining us. Let me see who else. Chris Canty is going to be joining us on this weekend, Sunday. Who would he? RDC. Oh, this is a big one, y'all. RDC is going to be in the building. That's different. Also, Andre Drummond is going to join us. You guys, please, please, please make sure you go right now. Let's hang.live. Click tickets. You do not want to miss out, y'all. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a blast. You get your VIP tickets now for tomorrow. So if you want to be part of the VIP, please go to Let's Hang.live right now. Go ahead and grab those tickets ahead of time. T.O. is going to be in the building. So go ahead and make sure you get registered and grab those tickets. We do not want you to miss out. Tomorrow is going to be a blast. It is. Hey, Quentin, it was funny earlier when you were talking about sitting and listening to a recruiter that you know you don't want to go to that school. That's the same way ladies feel when we're out and a guy buys us a drink and we don't know whether or not to accept the drink or not. It's like, I gotta listen to these now. No, I'm just joking. I'll always tie back around.
You know, the girls in New Orleans, you can take a drink on the road. You can leave. And so girls in New Orleans say, "I'd like a drink, but I'd want it in a go cup," and just walk out with a drink. That's what happens to me all the time.
That is hilarious. Oh, by the way,
that was the best thing about COVID.
I gotta run. I gotta go pick up shrimp po' boys and gumbo for all these kids.
Drink now.
It was so fun being with y'all today. I appreciate you having me.
Cooper, you have been absolutely amazing. It's been an honor to sit down and be able to talk with you. Thank you so much for hanging with us. We truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Go grab you a Coke.
I'll do it. Coke on everybody. Coke on me. Coke on me. All right. Y'all have fun. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks,
bye, guys.
Cooper. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. And again, the game that we're actually going to be hanging with tomorrow is going to be Tampa versus Dallas tomorrow at 8:20 Eastern Standard Time, 7:20 Central Time. And these guys are going to be hanging out with us. So please make sure you go get your VIP tickets right now. Let's hang.live. All right. Make sure you guys go grab those. I'm excited about that one. You know, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan, so you know who I'll be going for tomorrow. Quentin, don't say anything. I know it's been a struggle, but you know, there's always hope. There's
Always
always
hope.
there is always hope.
See, I didn't
Let's
grow up a Dallas fan though. I was an Oiler fan growing up.
really
Then they left me and went to Tennessee. Yeah. So
okay. So
yeah, I
so
never really rooted for the Cowboys ever.
so who do you root for now? Unbiasedly.
Seattle.
Okay.
Unbiasedly, I still root for the Chargers, of course. I spent 11 years with them, so like it's hard to get rid of them, you know. So I unbiasedly root for the Chargers, like, and uh, I'm biased that I root for Seattle Seahawks. You know, like gotta root for them. My
Yeah.
little brother's there, so that's usually the only game that I watch on Sundays. If we're being honest, is a Seattle game.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
got a chance to play with LaDainian Tomlinson. What was that like?
You know, funny story is me, LT, and Drew Brees. We all played on the high school all star team together. College football high school all star team. Our senior years in high school. We ended up coming out together in 90 and what was it, 97. We all, went our separate ways. Drew went to Purdue. LT went to TCU. I went to Texas. And I ended up getting hurt. So I went to school for an extra year, and we all ended up with the Chargers, which is funny after we played a high school all-star game.
That is crazy. Hey, somebody in the chat named Austin is saying, "Hey Q, I played high school ball with your boy Marcus Harris."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Marcus, Marcus and I are really good friends. Marcus lives in Denver. He went to the University of Colorado. And crazy story is they beat us in the Big 12 championship in 2000. And all we had to do was, I think, win that game, and we go to the national championship. They beat us.
Gotcha. So when you're talking about like, when you're playing in the NFL, is there, I don't know, this may be kind of a messy question, but you seem like you'd answer it, Q. So is there a guy that you literally rival against? Like there's almost beef on the field. Um, and kind of in a sense, maybe not so friendly competition, but that you look forward to going against, like, okay, yeah, I really, obviously every game you have something to prove, but is there that one guy that, years later you had to say, hey, it's all good. That was good competition.
No, because like for me, like before the game, I'm cool with everybody. After the game, I'm cool with everybody. But like during the game, I beef with everybody. Like I am beefing with everybody I cover. I'm beefing with the running back. I'm just like my mindset is like I got beef with everybody. So
Yeah.
there was never just like one guy that I really had, a beef with that I need to squash. Like all my beef was squashed once the whistle was blown and we got off the field.
Good. Yeah. I mean, you're just a
No more
good
beef.
competitor. Yeah, for sure. Just a great competitor.
Yeah.
All right, Shop Master, you had a question for Quentin?
Yeah, how you doing, Quentin? I wanted to know Antonio Gates. Did you ever have to cover him? How were those battles? How did those battles go? Was he just too big and too strong? Like, I would think that would be a tough cover.
No, like he's definitely a tough cover because Gates. He's not really like everybody think that he's like this huge big tight end, but he's not. Like he's not really like like Tony Gonzalez was huge. You know, Gates is a little shorter, a little bit smaller, and he's one of those guys that route specialist. Like, and he was really smooth when he did it. So when he ran his routes, when I covered Gates were I tried to challenge myself because I was really good at press coverage against Gates. So I challenged myself with Gates, and I played a lot of off coverage when I went against Gates in one-on-ones, and like he is a tough cover, very tough to cover from off, very tough to cover from press. But you know, we had our battles. Like we had great battles at practice, and then I got a chance to cover him. I played my last year with Denver.
Yeah. Yep.
I got a chance to cover him a couple times at home in San Diego, and I think I won those battles. I only covered him like twice in that game, but I won them both. But Gates is a tough cover, which is why he's one of the best to ever play the game. Like it's like some of the best corners to play this game had a tough time playing covering Gates. You know, I know Champ Bailey, you know, probably like in my opinion, you know, like the number 2 greatest of all time corner battles.
I'm a big Champ Bailey fan.
Like he was definitely a monster.
Yeah, I'm a big Champ Bailey fan.
Yeah.
I'm from the DC area, so I'm a Washington fan. And I was really sad when they traded Champ away. Like I love Portis, but man, Champ was that guy. Champ was that guy. And man, he reminded me of like a Darryl Green, but just a bigger version of a Darryl Green. And I don't think he got the due. I don't think he got the due that he should have, because he's one of the best corners that ever played.
Yeah, and like I said, he's like top 2 all time for me.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Shot Master. We appreciate you. Hey, don't forget, everybody, Coca's connecting fans with exclusive content. I'm talking recipes and experiences on their Great Calls Digital Hub. So you can actually win weekly prizes. Again, DoorDash, Fanatics, Coca-Cola Store, and Yeti Coolers. So y'all make sure to check it out. The ads are right here in Hang, or you can go to Coca-Cola/college football. And speaking of recipes, coming up soon, we're going to bring in a celebrity chef that is going to be cooking up some recipes for us. Man, there's nothing like having some good food while you're watching the game, right? So we actually have a celebrity chef coming up momentarily that's going to be, spicing up some of those Coke home gating recipes for us really soon. Now, I see somebody just checked in. What's up, Joseph Robert? You guys, he is the fantasy football expert. Joseph, what's up? Good to see you. Uh-oh, your mic's not working. You're unmuted, but your mic's not working. Quentin, you're hilarious. This is called live.
I'm trying to
tell you about live. Yeah.
It's the mute button. Nobody can get it.
Yep. Okay. Now you're muted, and let's see. It's okay. We will work it out. Uh-oh. They're all saying Joseph in the house.
Call me old. I see somebody just said these mute buttons are elusive.
They can definitely be tricky. They can look. This is what we dealt with all over COVID, right? Especially because everybody was Zooming everything. We realized how mute buttons can be. It definitely does happen. You guys, we have a game. 10-10. Yes, somebody even put in the chat. That's the home field advantage that I talked about earlier. Tell me what you're feeling in the chat, everybody. We actually have a really great game. 10-10. How is everybody feeling in the hang? Let us know in the chat. How are you feeling about? I mean, look, everybody thought it was gonna. Nobody thought it was gonna be this close. We'll just put it that way. Yep, got to track them down.
No, I thought it would be this close in the beginning. Like, I thought it would be a game. I did. Like I didn't know if we were gonna win the game, but I definitely thought we had a chance.
Really? Okay, awesome.
Definitely
Yeah.
thought we had a chance.
One of the
Yeah.
Bama fans earlier put Bama 50-0 earlier in the chat. I'm like, no.
No, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
Sandmeat says Anthony Cook with the tackling like we need. That's right, Evan. This is the only time I'll root for Texas. Well, I'm sure they appreciate it. Texas looks like they belong on this stage. Yes, they do, Hector. You're absolutely right. Top master. I thought this would be a great game in the first half. I think Alabama pulls away in the second. Okay. Port S. Maybe give everyone a quick lesson on how to unmute in the location every 15 or so. That's hilarious. Jacob, go ahead and unmute yourself. I'll let you ask Quentin your question. Your question. Jacob G.
Jeez.
Jacob G. Go ahead and ask Quentin your question, or I can ask for you. You let me know. Jacob G. All right, I'll go ahead and ask you. But before I ask you guys, I think somebody else that's joined us. Y'all, we have a Landon Collins in the building. What's up, Landon? How are you?
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm doing good. About yourself?
Doing great. Doing great. Okay. How you looking? What you thinking about the game? It's tied up, Landon. We got a game.
Yeah, we definitely got a game, but Alabama's all full quarters, so it goes from there. That's the standpoint right now. I mean, Texas holding up in there. I give them their props with that, and we making too many mistakes on the Alabama side with penalties. They just offsides just now, not picking up blitzes and stuff like that. They're not playing themselves. But I take into account that means they're in a hostile environment, so they gotta just regroup and just buckle down. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game all the way to the end. The full court, I think we most likely take it for sure.
There's a lot of people shouting you out in the chat right now. Shotmaster, obviously. Jack D shouting you out. Brandon A shouting you out. Landon, we're so glad to have you today. We definitely appreciate you jumping on with us.
No doubt. Appreciate you guys having me, man. It's a delight.
Yeah.
So, been a minute.
For sure. All right, Quentin, we had a question from Jacob. It says, what was your favorite route to cover, Quentin?
Oh, that's a tough question. I like you know what? Like my favorite route to cover was the post route because we in San Diego we played a lot of cover 3, and I would like press bail a lot of routes, and you had to play them. So when you press bail, like most quarterbacks, if you play it well and your safeties make it look good, it looks like man coverage, and so I love covering post routes. Like I didn't like safety help. I know we showed middle field safety and they would, throw away from the post route, but like a lot of quarterbacks threw the bang eights. It's like it's like a 7-step post by the wide receiver. When you press it, it looks, like I said, it looks like man, and it looks like it's gonna be too early. Like you throw it early enough that the middle field safety can't get there. And I would play it top down, and like I picked a lot of those during my career.
Nice. I love it. Appreciate that. Let's see if we have our fantasy football expert, if his mic is working yet. Are you there, Joseph?
No. The mute button is a tricky situation.
Yeah, he's having some technical difficulties. Joseph Robert, I think it's still muted now, Joseph. Let's try to unmute it now. Nope, can't get you yet. Nope, we don't. I see you, but we'll keep working on it. It's no worries. No worries at all. I'll let you know. Just jump in whenever you can. Yeah, you don't have to wait on me to call on you. All right, Marty. Marty has a question for Landon. Marty, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Landon. My question for you is, what is the number one life lesson you learned from Nick Saban? Not a football lesson,
What's
but a
up,
life
Mark?
lesson.
That good question. Life lesson is it's so many. There's so many, but being patient. Being patient was one of my big life from the Coach Saban, as in just opportunities going to come to me, and that's on and off the field. Waiting for my opportunity as a player, and just not trying to push the issue. If I don't push the issue, then from there, I become who I want to become, and then I took that all the way to now, and where I'm at now it's just always been something in the back of my mind that I always keep pushing forward, because I mean, I stay patient, stay true to my goals, and just continue pushing myself and not letting anything set me back. I promise you I get to where I get.
So Landon, you guys won that national championship, in 2013. What was that like? You know, is there a better feeling?
Honestly, I don't think there's no better feeling than when we won that championship, and then the mindset and the guys that was in the locker room. We came out there with a killer mindset, honestly, and just to take it home. I can still remember everything. It's just to take it home. It's just exhilarating. It was unbelievable.
I can imagine. I can imagine. All right, Evan, you have a question for Landon. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Evan.
I have a question for Landon. Why do you believe that Coach Saban, who's been arguably the greatest college coach, why do you think he's been so successful in college but didn't have the same success in the pros when he coached in the pros?
So the difference I would say is depending on his success. Kids are willing to learn, and you want to learn from one of the best coaches in the league and continue to do that. And at this stage that they're in right now, when I was at that stage, I wanted to learn every aspect of the game. He taught me every aspect of the game. And then at that time, I'm trying to make it to the next level. And the coach I believed in that can get me to the next level was Nick Saban. Now, and saying so with Nick Saban going to the pros, you're talking to sometimes grown men almost. They have families of their own, and also kind of been in the league and doing it for a long time. That they believe in their ability or what they see of. Some guys just like to do what they like to do, and when you're getting paid at a high level, sometimes you tend not to listen to a coach, or you think you know more than a coach, or you're better than a coach, or stuff like that. And then some of the different traits of coaching in college doesn't transfer to NFL, because we as men, and as in any business or corporation, men just are different breeds when it comes from learning and taking different aspects of different mindsets to different fields of the game. So there's just different things that he taught kids in the younger age to adults that just didn't correlate.
So are you suggesting that when you're a student athlete that you have more respect for the coach than when you get in the pros, the coach relationship with the athlete has changed?
It just depends. Like I was supposed to say, it depends on the type of player that you get. Some players, like I said, it goes like say this. If you're a new head coach that came from college going to the NFL, right? But let me go. You have a Terrell Owens or Tony Romo, guys like that. That's been in the league five plus years, and you're just trying to come change their whole routine, change the whole regime, and how they did things, and how they know what works for them, and how they made plays already, and try to do something totally different that's not getting them the opportunities to do that, to get to get to their level of excellence is just hard to do. Then when you going from a child that's trying to get there, I'm going to listen to everything that this coach is trying to give me, every piece of knowledge he's trying to give me, because I'm going to need to get to the next level. I think that's where that's where the kind of line is kind of thin.
And is that an important reason why you chose a particular school when you were being recruited in college? You were thinking I could learn the most from this coach versus maybe a school that might be a better fit with the coach at the other school you felt you could learn from?
You just got a phone call. 1 second. You hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
it's the coach. He's calling you.
Nah. Nah, it's not my coach. Not a coach calling yet. But yeah, go send your question again.
Yeah, I was just because thank you for your perspective. I was wondering when you're recruited and you're looking at all the schools that are pursuing you, is the important decision for you, or was it for you? It's like, okay, maybe this school's a better fit, but the other school, the coach, I could learn a lot more from.
When I was getting recruited, it was a little bit of that. A little bit of that. I wasn't much say so. It was a better fit for me because during my time, I kind of took my horn a little bit. A lot of teams wanted me, so I could have went anywhere. But when I went to Alabama, it just felt like home. But also knowing that Coach Saban's there and he's going to give me the knowledge and the keys. Like as soon as when I was in high school and I had my official visits and stuff like that, he was going over defenses and fronts and all these type of schemes, and I was like, I just played ball when I was in high school, but knowing I think the basic cover 3 and playing well at that, and him going through all these other coverages, I'm like, all this come within playing football. And he said, yes, and I could teach you this, and it's easy and very simple. And then when he said it from that aspect, I was like, yes, this is what I need. And I think that teaching that's what I wanted, because I know that's going to take me to the next level. So I mean, depending on the kid, on what they're looking for within their self, is where you want to. I mean, that's why I chose to go.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Evan. We appreciate it. Thanks for that, Landon. We have another.
No,
yeah, I'm gonna get you. We have another Academy trivia coming up, so everybody get ready for that. But Liz, go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead and jump in.
Hey, Landon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, how are you?
Good. About yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, I have a question for you. I think you're a top 10 free agent. Who would you play for? If you could pick any team right now, who do you want to play for and why?
Good question.
Good question. I would say I want to be somewhere warm, but that's not realistic for me. But anywhere that's running that would use their safeties a little bit more. I like the blitz and stuff like that. I like what Jacksonville is doing. Same thing with Charlotte. The Giants defense is something that I know I can fall right into. Who else? Chicago and the Texans. A lot of those teams that I'm looking at their defense, their schemes, and what they got going on, it'd be something tremendous. I even go back to DC if we could figure something out, because what I was doing over there is more of what my skill level and help my skill level, and I think would help the team a lot more towards the back end of the season. Was very, very great. Unfortunately, I got injured my foot again. Other than that, it was doing great. So yeah, any one of those teams for sure. I mean, we're just ready for the next opportunity for sure.
Well, you've got a lot of people in the chat. I'm seeing Shotmaster says come back to Washington. Jacob says you'd be a great fit with the Texans. So everybody's rooting for you. Good luck.
I appreciate it. I can't wait.
Liz, I'm a little offended. He named all these places and he said warm. He did not name Dallas. Like,
Dallas.
Come on now.
I can go to Dallas. I just think they got it. I think they got all their positions filled right now, and I don't know. I think it'd be a great fit for me, but I just feel like they already got their teams situated. But
I hear you, but in a perfect world, in a perfect world. But
yeah,
hey
in a
guys,
perfect world. There you go.
Look, he was
That'll
like
be
somewhere.
cold in 2 months too.
No, I'm joking. It's time for Academy. We all love to win. I want to remind everybody, gear up all season long at your local academy or academy.com for the latest tailgating and fan gear. I mean, they have the coolers, they have the grills, the chairs, all of your school branded merchandise. Academy has you covered. All right, so everybody, get your fingers ready to put the answer in the chat. The first person to answer it correctly will win this Academy gift card. All right, you guys ready? All right. Trying to watch the chat and read the question. All right, you ready? Only 3 high school quarterbacks have ever received a perfect 1,000 prospect rating. One of them is Arch Manning. One is Vince Young. Who is joining us direct from Moody Center later on today in the third quarter that also has this same rating? Are you guys already putting the answer in the chat? Wow. Is it A, Quinn Ewers, Breeze, C, Josh Allen, or D, Patrick Mahomes? Is it going to be
Fran Tarkenton?
Michael J is the winner. Michael J, congratulations.
Come on now. I got to come down with that. Make it play.
Yes,
Oh, my bad.
Quinn, for sure. Absolutely. Michael J, go ahead and unmute yourself really fast. Are you there, Michael J? So he's one of our VIPs. Michael J, congratulations. Uh-oh.
I'm there.
Quinn, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, Michael J, you are the winner. Yes, you are. You just got your Academy gift card. We'll be mailing this out to you. Thank you so much for hanging with us today, and thank you so much for participating in our trivia question. All right.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. All right, y'all, guess what we have? Finally, Joseph Robert, our
Is my
fantasy
audio
football.
working? It's working?
Yes, your
Oh,
audio's working.
perfect.
I'm loud and clear.
I'm excited. It's the only time you can keep me quiet is you got to like mute me, or that's probably the only way it'll work.
All right, so we're going to come to you in just a second for some, of course, you know, we always want to talk about our picks. Fantasy football is a huge deal right now, but Shopmaster had a question really fast for Landon. Shopmaster, go ahead and unmute yourself, and then we'll go back and we'll talk to Joseph.
Yeah, real quick. I'm a big fan of Landon Collins. Again, I'm a Washington fan, and so I wanted to ask you, Landon, were you more comfortable? You kind of already told me this because you said you like the blitz. Are you more comfortable in the box, or back, playing coverage? And also, man, what do we have to do to re-sign you back in Washington? We need you back in Washington.
I'm a versatile player. What fit my scheme is like, yeah, I'm natural in the box for some reason because coming into the league, my coaches from the Giants taught me what to read. Coming from Alabama taught me what to read between line of scrimmage, playing linebacker, and coming into when we have to fill in different positions from our linebackers because we blitz our linebackers a lot. So I just knew how to fit off my linebackers coming into the box. So that's why it's just so natural to me as a if you what you say so-called as a box safety. Me as a player, I like to play more zone and quarters to half to player because I have range, I have speed and range. So to get me back, I mean, just really it's just to start a conversation right now. They have I don't think they have reached out to my my agent yet to say anything. I think they're going with the young guys and seeing what they're gonna go that route. But just
How's
start a
that foot?
conversation because I'm more than willing. The foot is fantastic. It's
Awesome.
much healthier than what it was. Much healthier.
Hey, I appreciate
you
you answering my questions, man. Big fan.
No doubt. Appreciate it, fam.
All right, y'all. Well, we are coming kind of to the end. We are winding down the second quarter, and we all love great food, right? Nothing goes better with the game on at home than a Coca-Cola. and some amazing home gating meals. So we have none other than celebrity Chef Jay hanging out with us today. He is the chef to a lot of your favorite celebrities and athletes, including Jerome Robinson, Asante Samuel. He's even cooked for Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, a lot of other celebrities. And he's going to share 3 go-to recipes in partnership with Coke. Chef Jay, are you there? Chef Jay, I saw him wandering around his kitchen just a second ago. Yep, you got to unmute your mic there. You can look at him. I love the Coca-Cola shirt, Chef Jay. We're twins today. We are twins today, Chef Jay.
We're twins today. Yes.
I love it. We didn't even plan this, so this is great. I love it. I love it.
Right.
Well, first of all, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's talk about these 3 amazing recipes that you're going to teach us today. And then, we got to get in your business and talk about some of these celebrities that you've cooked for too. So tell us about these Coke home making recipes.
Well, today I have my wonderful spread brought to you guys by Coca-Cola. We have some beautiful wings, jerk wings, and then we also have buffalo chicken wings, and we have some jalapeno macaroni and cheese and a wonderful dip to match. Yes. So what questions you have for me?
All right. So tell us about the wings. You got to teach us how to prepare this stuff. We're hanging out at home. We're drinking our Cokes, and we want to know exactly how to prepare this.
Okay, so what I basically did with these wings right here, these are the jerk wings. I basically massaged them really well with my wonderful jerk seasoning. Did a nice little puree on the side, and you put it all together, put it in the oven. I'll say about maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and it comes out really good with a nice crispy glaze on top, and you got to try it.
All right, Chef Jay, you got to do us a favor. You got to pick up those wings and walk them over to the camera because we have to see this up close and personal to make sure that.
No drooling. No drooling.
Okay. Let's see what you got here. All right. Lift it up just a little bit. Lift it up just a little bit to the camera. Ooh, those do look really good. Oh yeah. That looks good.
Thank you.
That looks good. Okay.
You can't really go wrong with wings when you're watching the game. There's good finger food, talk, have a good conversation and get full at the same time. I also have some more wings right here. These are the buffalo wings right here.
Oh, so a little bit more spice. So Landon and Q, are y'all spicy wing guys? Are y'all sweet wing guys? Like what's your take on the wings? Because you can't be at home watching the game without some wings.
Right.
I like
crispy and spicy.
Go ahead, Q. I like mine crispy. I like mine crispy. Mine's crispy and sweet. That's what mine got to be on.
Right.
Throw a pause in there.
I'm crispy and spicy.
Yeah.
And then I'm right in the middle, like crispy, sweet, and spicy.
Yeah, of course.
All right, and then Chef Jay, your next item was it the buffalo chicken dip?
Yeah, the buffalo chicken dip. Basically, just like they said, you can't go wrong with the spicy. Did a nice little aioli mix to go with it, some good seasonings, like a couple of things of hot sauce, and mixed it all together. Goes good with the wings for tasting.
I love
and
that.
I also have the wonderful jalapeno macaroni and cheese.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now that right there, yes. OMG, that looks. Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with that either.
So what did you put in that one, Chef Jay?
What questions do you guys have for me?
What goes in the jalapeno mac and cheese? You got to tell us what's in the jalapeno mac and cheese.
Jalapeno mac and cheese, good, half and half, nice. I do like a blend of different cheeses. You do Gouda, white cheddar, al dente the noodles, run a little cold water, kills them, gets the shape, consistency, little egg, and put it in the pan for about 45 minutes in the oven, you're good.
Gotcha. I love it. I love it. So how do you know how to cook all this stuff, Chef Jay? Where did you learn how to cook?
Well, my grandma and my grandfather used to cook a lot, and I was the kid that was always sneaking around the corner because nobody was allowed in the kitchen. But I'll peek around the corner and get some recipes, and I just kept at it, and then so many years later, here I am.
I love that. Marty S
Yeah.
says, "What a tease. I need some of that food." And Anthony B says, "Chef Jay definitely knows his stuff." I would definitely have to agree with you on that. So, Chef Jay, you've
Thank you.
actually cooked for some pretty famous people. Can we talk about some of the people
Sure,
that you've actually
sure.
cooked for? Yeah.
Okay, so I was a chef for Carmelo Anthony when he was in the pursuit of he was going to the Lakers or he was going to Portland, and also currently cook for Ashanti Samuel Jr., Big Florida State. You already know, uh, great cornerback, great guy. Quite a few people. You can say Antonio Brown, Dwight Howard, and the list just goes on.
So, who is your favorite celebrity to cook for?
Oh wow, wow. I would say Alan Crabb. Alan Crabb is a great guy, always smooth, down to earth, loves to try different foods. Sometimes as a chef, when you get certain clients, they like to stay in the zone. Alan Crabb, LA native, always, down to try different things like egg rolls, sushi, so it allows me to venture outside of my comfort zone.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Liz P, you can go ahead and jump in, Liz. If you have a question, you can ask him your
I
question.
do.
Look, I'm just all interested in all these celebrities. It's actually kind of exciting.
Hey, Chef Jay, what's your favorite thing to cook? Obviously you're cooking for a lot of people. They probably have requests, but what do you like to cook?
I'm a sea bass type of guy. I love a good Chilean sea bass over a good
Nice.
pasta or some steamed veggies or something like that. And I just started doing branzino. It's a cousin to the sea bass, so it has a great taste to it as well. Very light. Sea bass is kind of a little heavier, but yeah, been doing the pescatarian thing for a couple of weeks, so I love it.
All right, I'm gonna come down to LA and let you cook for me, okay?
Oh,
Serious.
come on down.
Don't
Come
go
on
without
down.
me.
Yeah, come on down. We can have game day food, or we can have some, good caviar, all that.
Oh,
All
Chef
right,
Jay is showing
it's a
it
date.
out. Chef is showing
Yeah.
out. So, Chef Jay, you named a lot of athletes, but I hear you actually have cooked for Paris Hilton and Snoop Dogg before.
Yes, yes. Paris Hilton, she came out here. I had a client, and they were like best friends, and so she came over for cuisine for one night, and then got a call back the next night, and I was just like stoked about it because it's Paris Hilton, and it was a great opportunity for my culinary career, and Snoop Dogg, you can't go wrong with the OG Snoop. I actually went to the compound in Inglewood, had the chance to work with his whole family, his son, his daughter, and it was just a lovely experience. Really good, down to earth people.
So, like, when you're cooking for these celebrities, do you get a chance to talk to them? Do you get I mean, like, what is it like literally being in the atmosphere? You're in their house.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a thing to where like I kind of like to have them in their comfort zone, because like you said, I'm in their house, so you don't really want to bombard them with questions and you know cameras or pictures or anything like that. But once I'm done cooking and everything is set out, or the vibe is welcoming, then I would engage in like a couple of questions or a small conversation. But for the most part, people like to get their food and socialize with their family and things like that. It has to be inviting for the most part.
Gotcha. So you wait for the green light, basically.
Yeah, waiting for the green light. Exactly.
So did you get a chance ever to hang out with any of the celebrities after you cooked? They were like, "Hey, come hang out with us."
Sometimes, but for the most part, I have to maintain my professionalism. But a few times it's been like stay and hang out with the family if I'm barbecuing or it's like a holiday or something like that. So, you have to be sociable and, sometimes, but not often.
All right. So as a chef, everybody has to have one or two people that they are dying to cook for. Who is that iconic person for you that you're like, if I end up in this person's kitchen, look, I am good to go. Like I can retire peacefully.
I would have to say Jay-Z for one.
Oh, for sure.
And one more. Maybe somebody iconic like Barack Obama or Oprah Winfrey. So you could just say like, because you get the hip hop, the artists, the movie stars, but the iconic level of like, I cook for Barack or Oprah Winfrey. So it's like those two.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure. No, we definitely appreciate you, Chef Jay. How can people, I guess, follow you to see you cooking all these fabulous things? Maybe on Instagram. Is there an Instagram page that they can follow?
Yes, I am also on Instagram under _@ Chef J. So you have
And
to
it's
put the
J.
at and the underscore JAE. Yes.
All right, underscore
And
Chef J
then
on Instagram.
if you guys have any questions about these recipes, you can also follow Coca-Cola.com. No, Coca-Cola, I'm sorry, Coca-Cola/college football for more great recipes. And I'll be in there giving out recipes. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys tune in.
Absolutely. Chef Jay, thank you so much. And again, like you said, if you're looking for more great recipes this season, make sure to check out the Coca-Cola Great Calls Hub at coca-cola.com/college football. And if you're looking to make any of these recipes at home, fans in Texas, make sure you shop HEB, and all my Alabama-based fans, go to your local Winn-Dixie. Chef Jay, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Now
Thank you
you've
for
made us
having
all.
me. Thank you.
Yeah,
You
for
guys
sure.
enjoy. Have a good game. I'm gonna tune back
Thanks.
into the game.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Well, we just got into halftime. I believe the score is tied up. What happened at the end, you guys? Somebody what happened at the end? Tell me what happened at the end. I was talking to Chef Jay. I missed it, but I see a lot of things in the comments. What happened? I missed it in the game. Let's see. Somebody said tied at the half. Texas just missed a cheap shot field goal. Texas missed the field goal. OMG. Shank the field goal. Well, we definitely have a good game on our hands. It is tied up. At this time, you guys, how many people out there are involved in fantasy football? Put it in the chat. If you are involved, you love fantasy football, you're hoping to win that pot this year, because we definitely have Joseph Robert, not but the fantasy football expert. I love when he's on. Hey, what's up, Joseph?
Thanks for having me on, but this is really tough because it's a hard act to follow because I'm starving right now. I'm not even thinking fantasy, I'm thinking food. It's a different type of F I'm thinking about right now, and it's food.
Absolutely, absolutely. So first of all, you're checking out the game, right? What are your thoughts on the game going on right now?
With the game right now, to be honest with you, I was too busy thinking about the food and listening to you guys. I checked the score. Last I checked, Alabama was ahead by 1 point. That's the last time I checked in. I'm so focused on this conversation. And there's no fantasy relevance for me because I own none of these players in fantasy. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to go Alabama to win this game. But other than that, I haven't checked in for at least 20 minutes.
Okay, got you. Well, that is true. I guess there is no relevance to you as far as fantasy is concerned. So let's talk about it. Everybody already has their teams picked. We have a big game coming up tomorrow. What should we all be watching for? I mean, just talk to us.
The big thing is most people have their fantasy team right now. So the big question is, who do I start? Who do I sit? And I want to talk about the big C word, and that is confidence. You got to go in with confidence. If you drafted that player, make sure you start those starters, right? But again, there's a lot of uncertainty. You got to check injuries. You got to do this and that, right? But the big question is, who do I start? Who do I sit? Because you got a lot of bench players and there's that confusion. The first week is a feeler out week. But again, going back to that word, confidence, go in with confidence and conviction that I drafted these players. I'm going to start the guys I invested high draft capital in them. And you're going all in. Line mentality, go in with your starters, the guys that you started. But again, you also want to make sure that they're high on the depth chart. Guys like Jonathan Taylor, good matchup this week. Najee Harris, good matchup. Derrick Henry, the king, good matchup. Christian Kirk, who was paid a big contract. He's got a good matchup with Trevor Lawrence this week. They're going to be connecting hopefully this week. Debo Samuel, Michael Pittman, a couple other great starts this week. So make sure you're confident and start those guys that you invest in high draft capital in.
All right. Don't forget, you guys, if you all have any questions for Joseph Robert, maybe about your picks, maybe about your fantasy football league, please put them in the chat. You are more than welcome to chat with Joseph as well. Joseph, I got to ask you. So even though watching college football doesn't affect your current picks, right? Do you watch college football and think to yourself, man, in a year or two, this is going to be the guy I'm going to pick on my team?
Great question. So I get this asked a lot. I dabble in college football. I kind of keep my ear out to see kind of who's up and coming. Okay. But the main key here is that this is a big fantasy football tip and advice is the landing spot. So it doesn't matter how good they are in college. If they land on a spot where they're a potential starter, like Breece Hall, second round pick, right, by the New York Jets, one of the, top prospects at the running back position, landed on the Jets. Is that a perfect landing spot? A little bit. They got Michael Carter there, still going to get some volume, but there's some upside there because Michael Carter didn't really, go over the top last year, right? So there's a ton of upside there, and it's all about landing spots. So yes, I watch a little bit, but more or less, I'm more concerned on what team they land and how much volume they're going to get for fantasy. So as soon as that draft hits, I'm all into it. Where did those college players land? And that's the question I ask.
That's great. Hey, Q, I got a question for you. Are you in any fantasy football leagues, Q?
I'm in one. I don't really play fantasy. I got frustrated like I think the year that I retired, like I played that first year retired, and it frustrates the hell out of me to the point where I just quit. And then I have a group of parents that my kids go to school with who started a league. And so I just got back into it this year with those guys.
All right. Who were some of your picks, Q?
Oh man, I had a big game the other night out of the Bills defense and Josh Allen.
Nice.
But I did have a really bad pick. Like I expected Cam Akers to give me, a few points as my second running back, and he got me exactly 0 points in that game. So I'm hoping, Mike Evans and Keenan Allen and can make up some of those points for me on Sunday. And I obviously drafted I think his name is Jonathan Taylor out of Indianapolis. Was my first pick in my draft. So I'm hoping, some of the guys that I have, the one other guy that I picked was George Kittle, who is hurt, I think. So
Banged up.
I tight end that I picked up, so I have to drop somebody off of my bench for tomorrow.
Any recommendations there, Joseph?
I thought I put together a pretty good team.
It's not bad,
Good.
Quentin. Just a couple of things you got to just consider here. That Jonathan Taylor, I love him. Don't get me wrong. Had such a pinnacle year. Now, the last time a running back finished 2 years in a row on top, again, Jonathan Taylor finished on top last year, I believe was Priest Holmes in 2002, 2003. So it's very highly unlikely that he's going to finish on top again. So you got to factor in a little bit of regression. I think guys like Najee and Henry could finish on top in fantasy points this year. But overall, not a bad team. Cam Akers, he was a total boomer bust. There's some concern here because he hasn't really stayed healthy the past couple of years. There's some concerns there. Receivers are okay. Mike Evans, I think he'll be consistent, but Brady likes to spread that ball around. Now with adding Julio Jones to the roster, all those tight ends, the running back, I'm hoping to get that volume, but you're going to get some big games out of him as well. And Kittle, just has had struggles with issues with staying healthy as well. So hopefully he gets back in and gets that tight end position plugged up for you.
Nice. All right, Adam, it's on you. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Adam, you have a question for Joseph?
Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah. All right. Great. Joseph, so I'm in a fantasy league and I have the choice to either start Devonta Smith or T. Higgins. My gut is saying T. Higgins, but Devonta Smith, they play Detroit this week. So that's where I'm struggling there. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you've got the better matchup there. Now, understand you're dealing with two wide receiver twos there, right? You got AJ Brown now there, who's slated as the wide receiver one, and then you got Higgins. I mean, you definitely spent higher draft capital on Higgins, right? I mean, he was like a third round pick for you, which I told many people to fade because Jamar Chase is the guy there, right? So I'd probably go with, it's tough. I'd probably go Higgins. I mean, he's the better talent out of the two, but I mean, who knows, right? It's the first week, like I tell everybody, it's really a feeler out week because nobody really knows. You saw Allen Robinson, right? One target, 12 yards. I mean, this is a guy people invested high draft capital in him, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any Robinson stock, thank goodness. But at the end of the day, go with, and then if you're torn on two people, look at the matchup and go with your gut feeling at the end of the day, because it is a bit of a guessing game to some degree if you're torn between two players.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys go ahead and don't forget to put your questions in the chat. Again, it's not every day you get to talk to the fantasy football expert, Joseph Robert. Look, we want to win those pots this year, so make sure you get your questions in the chat. But before we take our next question, I saw somebody just checked in. Kyron Lewis is in the building. Hey, what's up? You got to unmute yourself. Yeah, you're on mute still. Yep, there you go. There you go. All right, there you go.
Hey, Jay,
what's up?
I'm gonna log out.
What did you say, Q?
I'm logging out. I'm gonna go get to the house so I can watch the rest of this game. Get with the kids, sit on the couch for a little bit. Thank you guys for having me on. I enjoyed it. You guys have fun finishing this thing up.
We have fun with you, Quentin. You are absolutely amazing, and we hope to hang with you again, okay?
Thank you, definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of the game. All right, Kyra, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for joining us. We're just sitting in here a little bit, having a little bit of fantasy football talk during halftime. Do you participate in any fantasy football leagues?
I did when I was younger, but I really wasn't that good, and I would always miss the draft day. So, I mean, it really was hard for me to get accustomed to it. I'm gonna be honest. It was hard. So, but I know a lot about football. So, if they ask me a couple questions, I might know a thing or two.
Okay. Well, feel free to jump in on the conversation. We have the fantasy football expert, Joseph Robert, on with us right now. So we're going to take a couple of questions from some of the people hanging in the hang with us. And Kyra, you just feel free to jump in. If you guys have questions for Kyra as well, get those in also. But thank you so much for being on and hanging with us. All right, Kyra?
I appreciate you guys for having me.
No, we definitely appreciate you. All right, Shopmaster has a question. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Shopmaster.
Yeah, I have a fantasy football question for Joseph. I have Kittle, but I really want to know who is a sleeper out there that may be still available to pick up as far as tight ends or wide receivers.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of sleepers. This is a loaded question. There's so much. Do you have Robert Tonyan? Maybe he's available in leagues. I think a lot of people are sleeping on him. I think he's going to be a good, reliable outlet for Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, with the 169 freed up targets, with Adams gone, there's a void there. There's a big, deeper sleeper here. Jelani Woods. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. Young rookie. From what I hear, is a little raw, but he should be solid, big red zone target for Matt Ryan there, or even Mo Alley Cox. I think the Colts tight ends are being slept on. And another one, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. I'm terrible with pronouncing names that aren't, used that much as often. But Brevin, I think it is Brevin Jordan. He is the tight end for the Texans, Davis Mills. So there's a sleeper there. And you also want to consider Alec Pierce. He's available in a lot of leagues at wide receiver. He is one of the best pure deep pass threats that out of this wide receiver class, and he's sliding in as a potential wide receiver too, because Paris Campbell can't and hasn't been able to stay healthy the past couple of years. And also a guy is completely being slept on. Second round pick, he should be available or may be available in your league, is Christian Watson, another Aaron Rodgers target. And I think the Packers, the Texans, and the Colts, potentially 3 high octane offenses with good quarterbacks throwing the ball are being slept on. So Christian Watson could be an absolute amazing sleeper. So hopefully that helps and gives you some options there.
Definitely did. Thanks, Joseph.
Thank you.
Hey, real quick, you guys, we have somebody else that just joined us. Kyra, I think you know this guy, Herb Jones. You know this guy? You kind of know him?
Yeah, I know him a little bit.
We got the teammates in the building. What's up? How are you? Thanks for joining us.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we welcome to the hang. We're just having a little fantasy football talk. I was just asking Kyra, does he participate in any leagues? Do you?
Not at all.
Not at all. You're no good at fantasy football. Come on now.
Nah,
You guys got to get into it.
I never tried doing it.
Really? Yeah, I hear once you get in, it's actually pretty addictive. So, yeah.
That may be a thing I may try later down the line.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Let's see here. Joseph Robert, I think we had another question for you. And we're taking questions from the chat, letting people jump on. So again, feel free to jump in whenever you guys feel ready. And of course, we have tons of questions for you all as well. Let's see here. Jacob G, did you have a question or a comment? Jacob G. Okay, let's go to Marty. Marty, feel free to unmute yourself. You are up next for your question, Marty.
Here's a question for Herb Jones. Hey, Herb, both of my boys went to University of Florida, so I'm curious what SEC school had the craziest crowd? Florida, Kentucky.
It would have to be Auburn.
Auburn.
Yeah, just because of the rivalry.
Interesting.
Kyle, would you say the same?
Yeah, I had to go with Auburn just because, like, when we played them, it was just a different atmosphere. But it's a lot of, like, Kentucky is another one, but I had to say Auburn for the most part for me.
All right, we're getting ready to start the third quarter, you guys. We have a tied-up game, which is very, very interesting right now. This has definitely been a good game, and everybody's thinking that Bama's going to take the second half. So we'll really see about that. Joseph, I want to ask you another question really quick. Who do you think is going to lead each position in fantasy points tomorrow?
Specifically tomorrow. I mean, I was thinking
a lot of games. Yep.
Man, this is a tough one. With the running back, it's hard to go against my guy who I've invested hard draft capital in him. I think it's got to be, Derrick Henry. I think he's got a good matchup. I think he leads the running backs. Wide receiver, I mean, it's really hard to go against. Who do I got here? I got a list of great starts here. Deebo Samuel's got a good matchup. Don't be surprised if he has a good game. Jefferson could be good this week as well at the wide receiver position. Tight end is always a lot of question marks. Mark Andrews has a good situation there with Lamar. With their receiving core, I mean, Mark seems to be the main go-to target there. So I think he has a good week this week. And at quarterback, I do like, and again, he isn't really one of the top guys this year and year long. He's kind of been underrated, and I keep talking about him as Aaron Rodgers. I think he has himself a good game. I think people will be pleasantly surprised with the weapons that he's got in line with the, obviously, Devontae Adams not being there. So those are the guys at each position, but it's fantasy. Anything can happen. It's going to be crazy. And those guys all have good matchups for his position this week.
For sure. Appreciate that. That was good. Definitely appreciate that. Anthony B, do you want to unmute yourself? I know you have a comment for the guys joining us today. Do you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, Anthony B?
Yep, I'm here. Just a quick shout out. The Pelicans are, young guys living in New Orleans. How fun is that? And going through the challenges of, on a team that's getting better. Just want to give you guys a shout out and say good luck next year. And, any thoughts you have on the Pelicans and how you're progressing. Love to hear what your thoughts are. All the best.
I appreciate that. yeah, I'm just looking forward to the season as well. Like you said, young guys getting better. We had a good season last year going into the playoffs, so I can't wait to see what this season is gonna be for us.
Yeah, I just piggyback off of that. I mean, we've been working super hard this off season, and we're gonna try to put a good product on the floor next year, and just try to get one step better than we were the year before. But I appreciate the shout out.
Congrats, and I want both of you guys to have a good season, and you guys are going to win around next year. It's going to be fun to watch.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, speaking of Herb and Kyra, I mean, thinking that you all now are playing together in the NBA, both on the Pelicans, you guys playing together at Bama. Y'all can't get rid of each other.
Right.
We was actually talking about that. Herb had brought it up to me earlier this week that it was crazy. Like, just remember walking back to the locker room at Alabama. Now we in the pros with the Pelicans. So you're right. We can't get rid of each other.
How is that? I mean, do y'all literally become like? I mean, I guess it's almost like best buds in a sense. It's like y'all been knowing each other for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like that because coming to school, his mom had asked me, like, was I gonna take care of him if he would have told me? Like, just to see the relationship grow from that day, it's been amazing.
That's what's up. I love that. So, out of the two of you, I have to ask, who has the better sneaker collection?
Carl.
Him. He definitely got the better sneaker collection.
I don't.
Oh, fellas, we need to see the sneaker collection. Come on now, there has to be an amazing collection.
I don't. I'm not a huge fashion guy.
You're not?
Oh no.
I'm not really either, but like I like how he dressed though. He just real comfortable. He come in, he just real comfortable. Like he'll have some nice shoes on. Like sometimes I just want to get on his level.
Man, stop.
He just so comfortable, man. He just so comfortable, so laid back and chill.
I love that. I love that. That is so fun. So you're just a sweats and t. Both of y'all are just sweats and t-shirts, guys.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I put some jeans on probably like once out every 2 weeks. But
the only time I put jeans on if I'm going to church.
Not even slacks for church. That's hilarious.
Hey, that too.
But on game day, don't you guys dress up?
Oh no, I don't. I go in shorts and a t-shirt because I mean we walk through the tunnel and then you take your clothes off and put your basketball clothes on.
But the away
See,
games,
that's what I'm saying.
It's the same thing.
Listen, Herb Jones, 82 out of the 82 games is gonna wear some sweatpants. He gonna wear some white socks, and he gonna wear some laid back shoes. Like I'm telling you, like he is consistent with his dressing. Like it don't matter.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, Tom R had a question for you guys. Tom, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I do. I'm wondering, obviously Zion was out last year, but now that it looks like he's coming back, how excited are you guys to play with him? And have you ever played with or seen anyone else like him?
I mean, I haven't been able to, get out on the court with him yet, but I'm super excited.
Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm super excited to get out on the court with him.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, just like he said, I played with him my first year, but see what he did that year, and just knowing he coming back off a year where he didn't play, and a lot of people just down him. I know he gonna be real hungry, so I can only imagine how much he gonna make us better, and how easy it's gonna free up for people like me, and then how I can kind of free him up some as well. So it's gonna be crazy.
Chef Jay, go ahead and unmute yourself. You have a question, Chef Jay?
Hey, I was just wondering, like, when you guys are going through the tunnel, or when you guys get clothes, what is the best sneaker you guys like, as far as the Dunk or the Air Force Ones?
Man, you can give me. I'm gonna be honest. You can give me some Air Force Ones because you can put that with anything.
You can.
So I'm going with Air Force One. I'm going with Air Force One. The only thing
gotta
about it
go.
though, they might get dirty, so I'm gonna have to keep buying them.
Yeah, that's true. I say I'll go with the dunks. Yeah, I like the dunks.
Hey, Jade, I have a question for Kyra and for Herb. Hey, guys, how are you?
Doing good.
How you doing?
Good. I'm good. I'm doing well. I'm an Ole Miss fan, so don't hate me. But I got my Ole Miss gear on.
Ooh.
So
It's
two
okay. We're
questions
gonna
for
see
you
how down
guys.
the road.
Okay. Two questions for you. One, did you expect the game to be this close coming in? What do you guys think?
No.
No.
It's a, I mean,
Nah,
it's a part of it. I feel like it's early in the season. They're probably a little nervous.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I thought this time of the game it was gonna be like 28-3. I'm gonna be honest. This is a shocker to me. And Texas is actually giving away points.
yeah. Boy, they missed the field goal, right? They totally could have been up at halftime. Okay, so my next question is, when you guys were at Bama, what was the dynamic like with the other athletes? Like, how did you guys support each other? Did you get to go to games a lot? I mean, what was that dynamic like?
Well, my time there, we tried to go to as many different sports games as possible, if we could, if time permitted. So, I mean, I'd say our relationship with other athletes was pretty good.
Yeah, I had to say like he said. I had to say what he said. Just as much time as we could, we support each other. We tried to because we all had busy schedules. So I know a game like this, I probably would be out there watching. So yeah, we reported a lot.
What's the difference between being at Bama and now being in the NBA? You know, I mean, Bama obviously absolutely huge organization. So I know like you couldn't go around campus without being the stars, right? How is that different than being in the NBA now? You know, and having that level of recognition. Is the love more at Bama or do you experience it more being in the NBA?
For me, I feel like Bama prepared you for. I mean, it was a small city, but just being on campus, like you dealt with interacting with fans, people stopping to take pictures, and I would say um, now that I'm in a bigger city, I feel like the people are kind of like used to seeing, NBA players or NFL players, so they're not as starstruck now than they were, back in school. Because I mean, how many? Maybe one or two NBA players might come from your school, so they're not accustomed to seeing, an NBA player. But you come to a bigger city, so I feel like it's kind of less now than it was before while I was at Bama.
Yeah, like he said, it was always a small city, but it was just like if you was real good athlete at Alabama, like people was gonna know you. So it's like it's kind of is different now. Like it's a lot of like NBA people that watch, like there's people that watch NBA football, pro, and they pretty much know like who is who. So it's like when you go back home, like they just appreciate you a little bit more. So that's Alabama.
That's cool. That's cool. Joseph R has a question. Joseph R, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's me. It's a counselor.
Oh, hey, Joseph Roberts, you.
Yeah. Hey guys, listen. So I know you guys may think of me as an armchair quarterback or a couch potato because I play fantasy, but believe it or not, I actually scout out greatness because we want the greatest players on our fantasy team. Let's be honest. I'm curious with you guys now, who inspired you growing up? For me, believe it or not, for doing fantasy, Michael Jordan inspired me. Can you believe this? I'm not playing professional basketball, but Jordan was been an inspiration for me. And I thought when Chef Jay was saying, "Hey, who can I, cook for?" I thought Michael Jordan would have been up there, and I'm sure he'd probably consider him too as one of the great people to cook for. So has Jordan been an inspiration for you? Who is that player that you guys looked up to? I'm just really curious about your greatness and how your mentality.
I don't like growing up. I watched a ton of different basketball players and football players. It wasn't just one particular guy that kind of inspired me to be like them. Like I always just wanted to take bits and pieces from a lot of players' games, and not just basketball, but football as well. So I can't give you a definite answer on it.
Yeah, I couldn't give you one either because, like you said, I tried to watch a lot of different players, like who's similar to me. But if you're talking about just as far as somebody like that, I just idolize like that, I probably had to say like LeBron. Like I was always his fan, and he inspired me just to try to be great. But I knew I was gonna be nothing like him. So.
Well, still got time. You can still got time.
For sure.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna say
know.
Jordan or LeBron, but I already know what your answer is gonna be, Kyrie.
Yeah. Jordan for me. That's an easy one. Jordan.
Oh, Herb, come on. Is it LeBron or Jordan?
I might have to go with Bron.
Yeah. The younger guys always. It's always
My man said.
They say different eras
in
though.
the chat.
Yo, we have NFL Hall of Famer Andre Reed on too. I see Andre too. Hey, Andre, what's up? You're muted.
Andre's got to back me up. Andre, back me up here. Jordan, tell me Jordan, please.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jordan or LeBron? That's the question. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what? It's, I think he said it a minute ago about errors because it's just like football. They say Jim Brown was the greatest running back of all time. Can Jim Brown play in the era of today or a little bit, in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000? Yeah, Jim Brown could have played and he could have dominated. So Jim Brown was probably the greatest back ever. Was he the greatest player? He's in the top 10. I mean, I'm not going to say he's number one, but he's had that consensus number one for a long time. As far as basketball goes, geez, I mean, it's just LeBron and Michael Jordan. But you got Kobe. You got guys like Julius Erving and Steph Curry. I mean, there's a debate going on. You can debate until you're blue in the face about it. Guys talk about championships. That's really the measure of an all-time great is how many championships he's won and what he has done. People are going to say this, say that. I mean, I can't really say who my top 5 basketball players are of all time. Obviously, LeBron and Michael Jordan are in that conversation. But I'd like to bring some of these other guys, what they've done too. So that's going to be a debate until debates are over. Yeah. I know a couple of guys. You guys, you play with the Pelicans down in New Orleans there, and is it your first year with the Pelicans? Second year, third year? What is it?
I'm going into my second year.
Second year. So who's there now? The guard there now. He went to Lehigh.
CJ
McCollum. He's a real good player. I grew up in the same area where he went to college, and he's done a great job of being a very, very good player in the league. So, big ups to the Lehigh Valley there. He went to Lehigh. So, but anyway, back on the LeBron and MJ debate. I mean, you guys see Stephen A. Smith and what's his name always going back and forth, and Shannon Sharp always going back and forth about that. That's going to go on forever. It's not going to change when those guys talk about that. So right now, I probably go with Michael Jordan. Just like
you was about to say LeBron.
Yeah.
No, I did. I really
Yeah,
wasn't.
but I said LeBron, man. He was.
I was gonna say it for a second.
He was
I
about
thought
to say
that too.
LeBron. It's okay
Yeah,
though.
you thought I was gonna say I had an L in my mouth. Based on championships, actually, definitely Michael Jordan, but LeBron is right there as not even a close second. I think he's sitting on his shoulders right now.
Mental
So,
toughness, Jordan. I mean, second to none. Who had better mental game than Jordan? I mean, insane
yeah.
mental.
See there, then you start talking about all this stuff. You're talking about basketball player, mental, how he got his team prepared. I mean, LeBron did that too. But Michael Jordan was probably the benchmark when it came to a basketball team buying into what he wanted to do. And LeBron's like that too. Kobe was like that. So my girl, yeah. Who's the Michael Jordan of Alabama football?
I think we know that one.
We know that right now. We know that one.
Oh, we saying players? We saying players?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so many. Yeah, it's too many.
See?
We thought you were saying like who the Michael Jordan? Like we finna say Nick Saban.
There's so many in football. There's so many in basketball. There's so many in baseball. But you got to answer me, man.
Who is the best? Who is the best? Who I think is the Michael Jordan in Alabama football?
We're talking all time, people. Who's the best Alabama?
All time, yeah.
I don't even know.
Man,
who played on the team past 2000? Well, before 2000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who played? Cause they had a curve, but they was.
It was
I
bad.
was watching.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah, well, when you're talking Alabama football, it's like every year there's somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody has been a stalwart there for 4 years. They've had Heisman Trophy winners, and with Derrick Henry and Mark Ingram.
That's probably who I'm gonna have to go with, Derrick Henry.
But
see what he's doing in the league.
They've had the receivers over the years, and they've had a lot of great players. And I mean, look at the draft that they have every year. There's the top 20 draft picks. At least half of them are from Alabama. So it's that's a debate going for a long time too. I played with Cornelius Bennett, probably one of the greatest linebackers at Alabama, and he had a pretty good NFL career too. So Derek Thomas, and there you go. We can go on and on with that. But.
Yeah.
Look, well, I know you guys are from Bama, but I'll just have to say somebody may disagree. But as far as UT is concerned, you got to give it to Vince Young, who will actually be on with us later on today as well, joining in. Great effort at UT for sure. Real quick, you guys, don't forget that Coke is connecting fans with exclusive content, all right? I'm repping my Coca-Cola today. I'm drinking my Coke. Chef Jay has on his Coca-Cola t-shirt. And it was literally a coincidence. And I love the fact that we're repping like this today. I mean, they have content, recipes, experiences on their Great Calls digital hub. You can actually win weekly prizes for DoorDash, Fanatics, Coca-Cola store, and Yeti coolers. So please make sure to check it out and click the ads in Hang. Or you can go to coca-cola.com/college football. Again, please click on that. We love to win prizes. I know that I'm going to be registering for that because I want to win some weekly prizes. All right. So shouts out to Coke for that for sure. Let me see here. I think we had a couple of more questions in the chat. Shouts out to everybody, of course, chiming in on the GOAT conversation. Some people are saying Kobe is the GOAT. You got some people saying Carmelo Anthony is the GOAT. Somebody says McGrady over LeBron.
T-Mac.
McGrady.
T-Mac was a good y'all. You can't sleep on him. I mean,
T-Mac was cold. He was cold.
He's in that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to me. I'm gonna be honest.
It's hierarchies in basketball, just like football.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a hierarchy.
Carmelo over LeBron. Huge gap.
Kevin Garnett, guys like that, are second tier, if you want to call it that.
Wait.
As far as great players, you got these guys and then these guys right here.
I got to say something on this. Okay.
Somebody just said that Carmelo was over LeBron, huge gap, but LeBron is slightly over Jordan. So are you saying Carmelo is better than Jordan? It's in the chat.
Oh, it is.
Tom, mute yourself,
That's
Tom.
what I'm saying. I'm just sharing the facts. That's my unbiased opinion as a Knicks fan.
Okay, the next.
Oh
Knicks fan.
He gotta be.
Yeah.
You know how this is going to be solved? Time is going to solve this
He
because the
hyping
next
Melo
debate is
for
going to be
real.
Jordan versus who's the next guy? It's going to be Anthony Edwards. The next debate, right? So if the next debate entails LeBron and the next guy, whether it be Anthony Edwards or whoever the next guy is, right? If that debate is going to answer this question. So if Jordan is still in conversation versus the next great guy that's up, that's going to solve it. I think it's just going to be time. And I think it's Jordan.
Right.
Jordan's going to prevail.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, we could break that down. We could break that down too. Who's the best floor general? Who is the best shooter? Who is the best? All that stuff. Who is the best?
Reggie Miller, Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's the best shooter, right? He broke the 3-point record, so he's considered the best shooter of all time, and he's still playing. Well, let's talk Alabama football, guys. Let's talk about the football. Let's talk football.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question, everybody. Tell me what is if you guys know this, if you just give me an answer, what is the best football rivalry in college football?
Alabama, Auburn.
The rivalry like that. The rivalry, those two teams. Who said you said Alabama Auburn?
Alabama Auburn.
Easily.
Yeah, easy.
Alabama Auburn.
Easily.
I'm gonna go with Ohio State, Michigan.
No way.
That would be my second. That would be my second. But Alabama Auburn football.
I feel like it's no second.
Because that's
I've
met a lot of
Ohio
Ohio State.
I've seen people like really
fans,
cry over this rivalry.
They get divorced over that game.
Yeah, bro, they be serious. I didn't see like Alabama Auburn.
Alabama Auburn
I
too.
remember it was one time.
That's a pretty deep one.
It was one time we had lost to Auburn. We had lost to Auburn coming home. We was coming back from the Bahamas or something. Alabama had lost. Man, it was nobody on campus. Nobody. It was just a depressing town. I was like, oh man.
It's like a ghost town, like just a bunch of it's like ghost.
Yeah, like a ghost town, like a ghost town. I was like, they really take it serious when they lose to Auburn. Like for real.
Yeah.
I'm Googling this. University of Michigan versus Ohio State is what Google is telling me.
The greatest, the best rivalry in college football.
That's probably on paper.
Michigan versus Ohio.
On paper. Yeah.
On paper.
Hey, real quick, you guys, Teresa had a question. She wanted to jump in and ask a question really fast. Teresa, go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, I wanted to know if I always say Herb. If Herb or Kyer have any friends actually playing on the Alabama football team, and who are they? And you got any good stories?
I don't have any stories with any of them. I don't think. The cornerback.
They probably have stories about you. No.
The cornerback, McKinstry, they call him Kool-Aid. He was a member of the basketball team when he did early enrollment, and he was around on the basketball team before he started playing football. He didn't play, but he was just practicing with us.
Right.
It's funny. So you mentioned that he used to play football. So Kyra and Herb, like you guys made it to the NBA, but when you were kids, did you guys used to play football?
Oh, I love football.
Okay. Were you on the teams like at school, and then you had to pick which sport?
Say that again.
No, I was saying, like, were you on like football teams as kids, and then you play both sports, and you ended up having to choose?
Yeah, I did. I think my junior year of high school was when I stopped playing football. Well, my school closed, and so my dad, he just cut the football out, and we just focused on basketball.
What position were you?
Well, the school I went to before it closed, we had like 22 or 23 players on the football team, so we played a lot of different positions.
This sounds a little, I don't know her. This sounds like Rick.
He was a. No, I'm serious.
What about you, Kyrie? Did you play football as a kid?
Oh man. Yeah, I played football all the way up to my 9th grade. You know, in Alabama, they take it too serious, man. I realized real quick that I was cut out for basketball.
Why? What was it? Like, what was it that made you be like, oh no, I can't handle this?
All it took. So I was a wide receiver. So all it took was me. It took me a little 5-yard slant, and then as soon as you get to the break, you going into that linebacker, and the quarterback just want to lead you that throw.
You gotta have a certain
And then
mentality.
it was just like
that.
after.
That was my forte.
I did, man, but I thought I did, man, but I didn't. I said, yeah, I'm just gonna stick to basketball.
He's honest. He's honest.
You're honest, yeah.
That is great. So Andre, you played in 4 Super Bowls, right?
Yes.
So there's a level of preparation when it comes to playing professional sports. I gotta ask Herb and Kyra, like, leading into a new season, how do you prepare your bodies? How do you prepare yourself? Like, do you have to eat a certain thing? Do you have to, because you don't get to see the behind preparation, or are you guys just blessed and young and wake up and go and your knees move right, your legs move right, all of the above?
I mean, yeah. Right now, I've been trying to put on some muscle, so I've been trying to eat right and work out as much as I can, and still trying to rest and be ready to play 82 game season plus the playoffs. So I mean, I don't think you can just prepare as much. I feel like you can only prepare as much as you can, and just deal with the adversity as it comes throughout the season.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's same thing Herb said, really. Just knowing that balance of putting in work, knowing you're ready for the season, but also make sure your body is well rested. So when you get in that long season, you don't wear it down as quickly as you're supposed to.
Gotcha. I love it. All right, let me check the chat really fast. I know we had some comments coming in the chat. Again, if you have questions, Tony J, you had a question. If you want to put your question in the chat, please feel free to put your question in the chat and I'll tee it up for you. Jack D, do you want to unmute yourself and ask Herb your question?
Dude, funny.
Yeah, I had to get a little rivalry going in the chat between Kira and Herb. What are you guys benching? What are you deadlifting? That's what the boys really want to know.
Deadlifting, bench.
We don't. Well, I don't really bench a lot because my arms are super long. So I do a lot of the dumbbell.
Dumbbell press, absolutely.
Yeah.
We at the hundreds, 80s? What are we
Oh
talking
no. We at 70s.
Hey, listen, that's I love that.
We'll try to get to the hundreds.
Well, it's a long year, man. We'll get there.
Oh man,
playoff time.
You know it.
Kyra, what about you? You were awfully quiet on the bench press over there.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest now. I do not bench press, so it's been a minute since I bench press. I'm gonna be honest, but I do the same as her. We do the single arm ones. I think the most I get up to is like 65, 70 on a good day, but it depends how many reps I'm doing.
Jack, how many are you doing? Because you look like you want to let them know.
She's like, man.
Listen.
Yeah. I'm about to say.
Listen, I played baseball at Wash U, so I was in the gym a little bit. But powerlifting days, that was the time. Now I'm kind of batting out of shape, but hey, life's a journey, right?
I love that. That's funny. So Herb and Kai, I am wondering. Y'all said you have really long arms. What is your wingspan? Like, how long are your arms?
I have a 7'1" wingspan.
Man.
Wow.
Jesus.
Boy, if he was a defensive back,
6'8".
man, if you were a defensive back, nobody'd get off the line.
I
Like
know.
that with
I
those
know.
arms.
Yeah, I know. I try to tell guys that, but they don't believe me.
Nobody would get off the line. You would, man.
Kai, what about you?
Mine's only like 6'6".
Only.
Only,
Only.
yeah, only.
Oh my gosh, mine is like 4'2". I don't know what that is.
Football players don't really have big wingspans. A lot of them don't.
Yeah.
We just got my big hands. That's just big hands, and some guys got T-Rex arms. Some guys got short arms, but they're just strong at the point of attack. They're strong at the point of attack because they got to stab and do all that kind of stuff. So they don't need really the long arms. Actually, tackles, to have long arms as a tackle is really to your advantage. Because guys come around the corner, they're trying to get around the corner, and your arms extend out. That just makes it tougher for them to get around you because you got long arms, and you create more space that way. So to have a tackle with long arms is good.
Okay, so in just a few minutes, we're gonna do another Academy trivia. But before we do, Andre, I need you to do me a favor. Again, we do these hangs live, okay? I have had about 3 Cokes. Keep the conversation going. I'm taking a 30-second bathroom break. I'll be right back, Andre. I'm so glad you're here.
Okay, I'll keep it going live while you're taking a Coke break. You're going to. Hey guys, I got a question for you guys. I got a question. What's your favorite NFL team and why?
Pittsburgh.
All right, tell me why.
Pittsburgh because I was just born into it, honestly. And we win. Well, we used to win.
Do you like Mike Tomlin as a coach?
Yeah, I like him
Mike
as a
Tomlin,
coach. I just didn't really like the year. I didn't like the years that we would go like 12-4, 13-3, and have a first game bye, and then the year before last year, we would come out and then we would get beat by like 30. Like, cause we had the year before last, we was like 13-3. We was we was supposed to not win it. We might not have won it, but like contend for it, and then we just get killed by the Browns. Like, I don't know what's up with that.
Well, Pittsburgh right now, from my standpoint, is kind of like in a rebuilding. They're kind of rebuilding right now because they don't know the quarterback yet, even though Trubisky is going to be the starter. But they're trying to groom Kenny Pickett, to be the ultimate starter on that team for a lot of years.
For sure.
So if you're rebuilding at the quarterback position, to a certain point, it seems like the whole team is rebuilding in a way. Because really the focal point, that's really where it starts in football, is the quarterback.
Oh, man, this is looking bad.
Yeah. So,
but you got to know, as soon as if Mitch throws a pick, they're going to be screaming Pickett's name. Like they're going to go crazy.
Of course.
It's going to happen fast.
That's just the nature of the position, man.
Yeah.
If a receiver drops a ball, they're not going to say, put this guy in, put him. They do, but it's not like the quarterback.
Yeah.
The quarterback's a different bird because that's where everything starts. You start the car with the quarterback. So,
yeah.
Pittsburgh. That's going to be a tough. Well, AFC West. I mean, AFC Central is always a tough division, but Cincinnati has taken a step as not the class of the division, but they are the favorites now.
They are the favorites.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Andre, you're gonna be hanging out with us tomorrow on our hang, right?
I'm actually going to be in Canton. I'm headed to Canton, Ohio for opening weekend.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha.
I think I will be able to get on at a certain time because we're all going. There's about 6 or 7 Hall of Famers. We're all going to Canton to do some stuff for tomorrow and play golf on Monday. So it should be a pretty good weekend for opening weekend. I just was in LA at the game the other night, Bills Rams.
Yes, you were. Yeah,
We
hanging out in the
already
suite.
know.
Yeah.
We already
Yeah.
know what happened there.
Yes.
The
'Cause
Bills
we have a
put
really. Go ahead.
the Bills put some whoop you know what on the Rams and told the league that they better be ready to play.
For sure. Well, I want to remind everybody we do have a really great hang tomorrow. Tampa Bay taking on the Cowboys. We have LeGarrette Blount that's going to be in the building. Let's see. Andre Drummond's going to be hanging out with us. We also have YouTube stars RDC World and Chris Canty. So make sure you get your VIP tickets now, okay? Go now to Let's Hang Live. Get your VIP tickets. Do not miss out. Don't try to wait till tomorrow and you're not able to get them. We are giving you preview access to get those VIP tickets. We are going to have a blast. T.O. is going to be in the building with us. And again, get your VIP tickets now for tomorrow. So go ahead and click on over there, Let's Hang Live, and click tickets and get your hookup on that because we're going to have a great time tomorrow per usual. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into some Academy trivia. Get ready to put the the answer in the chat. The first person to answer it correctly is going to walk away with a gift card courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors. All right, let me grab my question. Woo. Some good ones. Oh, this is good. Okay. Fellas, you can play too. Just don't yell out the answer. If you know the answer, you got to put it in the chat as well. Okay. Who was the president the last time Alabama and Texas played against each other in the regular season? Okay.
Wow.
Was it A, Donald Trump, B, Obama, C, Clinton, or D, Warren G. Harding? Okay, let's see. Shot Master, nope, that's not it. Put the answer in the chat if you know it. Let's see. Robert, that is not it. Sorry, keep going, guys. Academy Sports and Outdoors gift card on the line.
Wow, I thought I'm wrong too.
Let's see. Shop Master, you are correct. Warren G. Harding, they played each other in 1922 in the regular season.
Wow.
Yes.
19, what was the year? 22? 1922?
1922.
Yeah,
Shop Master, congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Nobody knew that. That was a total guess.
I would have
There's
never,
no
I
way
would have never
nobody was
went
getting
there.
that. Yeah. I figure if I put in A, B, C, D, one of them was going to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I love it. Congratulations. I also want to remind everybody,
Thank you.
you're all season long
Thank
right
you.
there at your local academy or academy.com.
That's
Get your
crazy.
latest tailgating and fan gear. We got the coolers, the grills, the chairs, all of your school branded merchandise. Of course, as always, Academy always has you covered for sure.
I do have a question for Kira and Herb, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Do you guys play NBA 2K?
I don't.
Okay.
Herb, aren't
don't?
you?
Nope.
Not at all.
What's up?
Neither one of y'all play 2K? Yeah, they're both on 2K.
How do you not
Y'all don't look up your ratings?
You be
or
around
anything?
basketball so much, you don't want to see it.
Oh, okay.
my
I got it. Okay. All right.
That's
All right.
interesting.
That was my question.
So then, okay, if you don't want to be around basketball because you're around it so much, what do you guys do for fun? Like, what is your pastime? Because obviously you guys aren't going out and shooting hoops. So, what do you do for fun?
I have two dogs. That I get out and I play around with them outside, or I just play a video game. Like I play Madden, or I play Call of Duty.
You playing Madden? Wow.
It's funny because basketball players played Madden,
and
the football
play
players played 2K.
Players
I
play
play
2K.
more than I play Madden. When I play Madden, I just like to see if I'm on there, so I'll try to find me and play with me.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
So other than that, I mean,
You're
I'll
actually one of the best cards out there, Andre. You're one of the best cards in the game right now in Madden Ultimate Team.
What?
I just picked you up today. How
much was I? About $20?
No, you was like 280,000 coins.
Oh, what?
Man, you just made my day, man. My flight's gonna be even better now. I'm gonna walk on the plane like 280.
Yeah, there you go.
Jack D,
That's
you can
awesome.
go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Kira. Hey, Herb. What keeps you guys motivated and disciplined on the field? You know, you guys have been playing pro sports, college sports for your whole lives, and what keeps you kind of disciplined to kind of come back every day fresh and keep getting after it?
I would have to say my family. I mean, just where I grew up. Just want my family and my loved ones to see something new.
Yeah, I mean, same thing he said, honestly. So that just keep me motivated to keep going every day.
Family first, man, 100%.
Love that. Speaking of family, when you guys, made it to the NBA, what did your mom say? Was she going crazy? Like, moms always responds differently than everybody else.
My mom, she's still kind of in shock. I'm almost the same way, but I mean, like my family is still kind of in shock. That I got drafted, so they didn't really. I don't think it has set in yet, but they didn't really go too crazy when I got my name called.
Really? That's interesting. Kai, what about you?
When I got my name called, I'm gonna be honest. All I remember is giving my mama, as far as my mom giving her a hug, but I was probably crying too much to see how she was crying. So I don't even know. I know how she reacted. Like she was happy, but I started crying. I'm gonna be honest. So she probably was trying to stop me from crying.
Oh my God. Was it the shoulder shake crying? Like, were you shoulder shaking crying?
I hope not.
Nah, it was like the hug. So then like probably like 30 seconds, I wasn't on TV. It was like bawling out, crying. Like I was like I had finally made it type crying.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. So now that you're in the league, what is still the one thing that your mom always fusses at you about? Does she come to your house, Herb, and say, "You still don't clean up"?
Nah. I mean, most of the time when she comes down, like I have to tell her to chill, like to relax, because she always wants to do something, like move stuff around. But nah, it's nothing.
That's moms, man. Moms is gonna do that forever.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, I love that. All right, Tom, you have a question. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey guys, again, I'm wondering. I know both Herb and Kyra, you said you don't play 2K, but are you still aware of like what your ratings are? And you're like, wait, I should like this guy's a 70 and I'm a 72. Like I should be higher than this guy. Like, do you guys keep track of that and kind of as a measuring stick, kind of debate about where you are? Or because I see a lot of Twitter guys like tweeting out their rating and mentioning Ronnie 2K.
I don't pay attention to it. I mean, if I see it, it's kind of a blessing to be on the game. So I don't care what my rating is, to be honest with you.
Right. Who said it earlier? Somebody said it earlier. As long as they're getting the check, they it's not not the biggest. You know, you guys get endorsement deals a lot, Herb. If there's any brand that you would like to endorse you that you haven't been a part of yet, what's your dream brand?
Dream brand. I mean, my family loves Coca-Cola. I don't really
Man.
drink. I don't
Stop
really
right
drink
there.
a lot of stuff. Oh,
Stop
baby,
right
we
there.
good then. We good. We good.
Stop right there. Yes, Coca-Cola is it. Coca-Cola, you heard it. Cut the check. Yes. I got my Coke. Amen. Boy, Herb, we are about to get you a Coke deal, and your family is going to be happier than they were when you got drafted.
I thought Herb was going to say like PetSmart so he can get free food for his dog, but hey, Herb and Kyra, I have a question for you guys on the basketball front. Bama was really looking good last year. What do you think? What's sort of the prediction for this season for Bama basketball?
I mean, I feel like any team like in the preseason, the national championship. I mean, that's my prediction. Hopefully they can live up to it.
Okay, we did the Final Four last year, or earlier this year, so we'll have to have you back when they're on.
All right, that's all right. We can do it.
That'll definitely be fun. So when you're playing at Bama, like I pledged when I was in school. Is the basketball team like their own fraternity when you're on a college campus?
Somewhat. We had a close-knit group. Like a lot of the guys were kind of around the same age. So we were a pretty, tight-knit group. So we moved around on campus a lot together. I mean, so you could say that, but it wasn't. I don't think it's.
You're so busy, you can't be a part of fraternities and stuff like that, right?
I mean, you can if you cut out, if you're cut out for that. If you don't want to sleep, that's on you. But the way we were practicing and having to go back to the gym for extra work, I don't think anyone on our team could have done it.
So would you say the schedule for college ball is a lot more strenuous than practice and prep for NBA?
1,000%. Because
really?
you have to go to class at 8, another class at 10, another class at 12, try to squeeze in lunch to get to the facility on time to lift. And then you got to watch film, you got to practice, and then you got to go to study hall for who knows how many hours. And then you got to go back to the gym to get your extra work in. And you got to do that again the next day.
Yeah.
So guess what? There ain't that many hours in a day for that. You got to get it in. Look here, guys, I got to get going. I got to catch a flight in about 2 hours, so I got to get going. It was great to be on here. Great to meet you guys. Thank you for hanging, man. Appreciate it.
Andre,
last question.
You're the fave, so we appreciate you always.
You know that, definitely. I'll get on here as much as I can, and hopefully I can get on here tomorrow. And Alabama, Texas, who you guys got? I'm sure I know that. Looks like, is it a close game? I haven't been.
Yeah, it's a pretty close. Texas, I think
pretty
Texas
close.
Yeah, what is it, 13-10 right now?
Like Alabama. Seems like Alabama always finds a way, no matter what it is. But you can't probably go against Nick Saban. That's probably not a good thing to do. But again, guys, I appreciate it. It's so nice to meet you guys. Hope to see you guys on another hang soon. And until then, peace out.
Thanks, Andre. We appreciate you. Thank you
got it.
so much. Hey, you guys, don't forget, we do have AJ McCarron and Vince Young that'll be joining us in just a few moments, momentarily. Ooh, that almost looked like a horse collar. Yeah, they'll be jumping on with us in just a minute. They'll be hanging with us, so we are excited to have them come on. Of course, I'm sure they have a lot of stuff, but they're getting settled right now, so they'll be joining us in just a second. So, Herb, you were talking about the student life. So, I guess how many times a day do you all practice now in the NBA? Is it just one time a day? Do you guys do 2 a days?
I mean, we'll probably have some 2 a days during training camp, but usually, like as a full team practice, we'll only practice once. But you can go back and work out as many times as you need to throughout the day.
Wow. Oh yeah, so you really have a lot of extra time on your hands compared.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah.
Look, that's why you make it to the big league, so you can, cash the
You
check
rest.
and not have all the yeah.
Right, you rest a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Where are your dogs right now? You mentioned your dogs earlier.
I got them outside. They're in the back running around.
Oh, okay. What kind are they?
Pit bulls.
Oh, okay. I got a little nervous.
Oh no, they play all
Big
day.
pit bulls.
Yeah, they're pretty big pit bulls.
All right, y'all. I think I see somebody else that just joined us on the hang. Former Bama football player.
Oh boy.
Plays for the Miami Dolphins. Raekwon. What's up, Raekwon? Gotta unmute your
Yo,
mic.
what's up? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Welcome to Hang, Raekwon.
What's good?
How are you?
What's up with y'all? I'm
Man,
good. I'm good. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. Don't forget, if you have questions for Raekwon while we have him on, go ahead and put your questions in the chat for Raekwon if you guys have any questions. Are you watching the game, Raekwon? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm watching the game. I'm still tuned in though.
Okay. So what do you think? Did you think that the score was going to be this close? We're going into the fourth quarter.
Nah, I definitely didn't. But it happened, man. A little adversity. That's all it is. We're gonna bounce back.
Okay.
Nothing.
Raekwon, we also have Herb Jones, former basketball player at Bama as well. He's on with us.
Yeah, that's my
too.
dog.
Okay.
What's up with you? What's up with you?
I ain't been to a game. What's up, fam? You good?
You know it.
I got to catch one of them, the Pelican games, you know what I'm saying?
Let me know.
Got to get that jersey from my boy.
I got you.
Hey, John, go ahead and unmute yourself. You had a question?
Yeah, my question for Raekwon is, what is Coach Saban like in situations like this where not only are they losing, but they're really not playing well? 10-plus penalties in a game. I don't think they've had that many penalties in like a decade or something. So does he get crazy, or does he get locked in, or what's he like in those kind of situations?
Right now, he just trying to stay calm, because he see like everybody just all routed up. The score ain't what we like. What we. But things like that happen, so he just trying to keep everybody on the level head. That's all it is. Penalties happen. There's a lot of them, but right now, how he calm and keep everything.
And then what will he be like tomorrow? Like, will there be hell to pay tomorrow? Extra laps and stuff like that? Or
oh my God, tomorrow's gonna be that. Everybody's really just. Tomorrow's gonna be one heck of a day. I'm gonna just say that.
Well, you guys, we have two other players. We have two other players that just joined the hang. This is exciting. We're going to have a little quarterback rivalry here. We have Mr. Vince Young representing UT, and we also have AJ McCarron representing Bama. What's up, fellas? AJ, you got it. Y'all have to unmute just for a second.
There we go.
There it is.
Technology.
What's up, AJ?
What's up?
Hey, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for hanging with us. We appreciate you getting on. We have Raekwon Davis on with us as well. Herb Jones is on with us. And Vince is on. He's at the stadium, so he, it's a little loud, having some technical difficulties, but he'll be jumping on here momentarily as well. I mean, look, 16-10, AJ.
It's golly. Just dropped another one. Yeah, it's been a game that is usually not a Saban, coach team from a penalty standpoint. I think coach preaches a lot about, especially in the past, about hurting yourself. And we've done that a lot today. I think 15 penalties for 100-something yards to Texas, like 5 penalties for a lot less. So it's been an unusual game to see, this team basically hurt themselves the whole time. So it's a little odd.
AJ, you sound stressed. I'm gonna be honest. You sound really stressed watching.
I'm just trying to figure out. It's just odd. I mean, it really is. Usually, and the other guys on here would be able to, attest to it. Like, this just doesn't happen. And I mean, that's one of the main things that coach always preaches and talks about. Is not hurting yourself. So at least we're moving the ball now. So hopefully it'll work out.
Sounds good. Well, we'll be taking some questions here. We actually let people jump in from the chat and ask you questions. So if you guys want to go ahead and get your questions in the chat, we'll let you talk to AJ and Raekwon and Herb while he's on. Because AJ, what you did was unbelievable when you were when you were there at Bama. 2 consecutive national championships. I mean, that's a hard act to follow right there.
Yeah, I was, really blessed with a lot of great teammates. And it was definitely fun to, I think my 09 class and the 08 class before us really started the so-called dynasty and got back to the tradition of winning at Alabama. So we definitely had a lot of special moments, and really and truly probably 1 second away in the Auburn game from maybe getting 3 in a row. So we definitely accomplished a lot, and it was a lot of fun for sure.
So if you had to choose that one moment, I mean, you won 2 championships, had a lot of great moments. Is there one particular moment in your college career that literally was the highlight for you?
Yeah, it was definitely my last game in Bryant-Denny, and we were playing Georgia Southern. No, we were playing Georgia State, and my brother also played at Alabama with me, played fullback and a little bit of tight end, and he got to go in, and I got to complete a pass to him. I think it went for 7 or 8 yards, and that was definitely a special moment, not only for myself, but him and the rest of my family. So it's something that will never be forgotten.
AJ, speaking of family, I got to ask you, how is your family? How's your wife? We will never forget that moment when the commentators, the camera goes on. At that time, I guess she was your girlfriend, and everybody's like,
Yep.
you have to be a college football quarterback because you get all the hot chicks, and now she's your wife. How
Yep.
is she? How's the family?
She's great. She's back at the house in Mobile while I'm up here in Bristol and working for ESPN, doing some things, and she's awesome. She's the rock of the family, and we have 3 beautiful boys. My oldest is 6, my middle one's 3, and then my youngest is 17 months. So she's busy. Taking them all over the place while I'm out of town, and busy with sports. And now that my oldest is playing baseball and football for his school, so she's doing awesome though.
Does a 6-year-old look like he has an arm like yours yet? Can you tell?
Yeah, he does. He can throw a baseball really well. He just turned 6, and we just got done with All Stars a couple months ago, and they had created an all 5-year-old team, and they won district and then touchdown. There we go. They won district and then state, and then went and played in a regional tournament against 6 and 7-year-olds from teams all over the Southeast, and they finished second out of like 10 teams. So he can throw a football. I got him playing receiver right now because there's another kid on this team that's better than him. So I can't play favorites for him.
Oh, that's cool. I love it. I love it. Real quick, we do have a question in the chat. This one's for Raekwon. Raekwon, Michael D wants to know, how you looking for tomorrow? Will you be 100% tomorrow?
I'm just taking it day by day. I don't know. Day by day.
That's probably the most honest answer we've ever had.
I mean, it's not like I ain't finna just answer that type of question, but day by day, that's all I can say.
Yeah, for sure. Gotcha. Teresa, you could go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
AJ, Raekwon, I need to know some Alabama locker room stories. You guys played together. Was there a chant? Was there a handshake? Was there a coach favorite saying? I need to know something about the Alabama locker room.
Well, AJ a little older, he's a little kind of a little old.
Hey, Raekwon, don't make
really
it sound like it's that big of a difference.
Well, AJ, your skin looks good, so I thought you were way younger. Sorry.
I appreciate it. I get that from my mom. That's the Native American in her. I would say locker room story. A quick little funny story. So we were playing Michigan State in the Capital One Bowl my redshirt freshman year, and I was the backup quarterback, and I held for 4 years field goals. I was the holder 4 years, 4-year starter at that, and all year long we had been practicing this fake field goal that was a pass, and I had been telling him all season, hey, I want to run this fake field goal. I want to run it, and he was like tired of me bugging him, and we get in the Michigan State game, and he said, first field goal attempt, we're running the fake field goal, and he said if it doesn't work, that's your ass. So thank God we didn't have to kick a field goal.
I love it. Okay, John, we're gonna get your question. Real quick, John, let me see if I can get Vince We're trying to get him on. Vince Young, are you there? I know he's having a little bit of difficulty hearing us because he's at the stadium. So we'll see if he can hear us yet. And if he can't, then John will let you jump in and go ahead and ask your question. John, I'll let you go. And we'll still working on the technical difficulties with Vince.
So this is the first time in my career I'm filling in for Vince Young. That's pretty good. Cool. So
exactly.
AJ, my question is: do you follow the NFL, and who do you root for in the NFL?
They're up 10-3.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been in the league 8 years. I tore my ACL last year. I was with Atlanta. So I'm basically just coming back from that and waiting on a call. NFL is a weird business the way it goes. So trying to stay healthy. But growing up, I never really watched the NFL, or I never rooted for a team, a specific team. So, golly, most of the time I like certain quarterbacks that, I liked watching their game. So I would say my top guy would be Brett Favre. I loved the way he played and how much passion he played with. So, I'd say Brett Favre for sure.
Do you have a lot of friends left on the Bengals? Were you psyched for them last year?
I was happy for the organization for sure. Mr. Brown, Troy, Katie, Duke. I still know a lot of people there. Brian Callahan, who was with me in Oakland as the QB coach and now is there, considered the OC. So, and then a lot of the guys I played with are gone. About the only one that's probably still there, a couple defensive guys maybe, and then Tyler Boyd. He came in, I think, my third year in Cincy. That was a pick, but I would say that. I don't know a ton of them, but I still keep in touch with guys for sure.
Well, we're going to be hanging during the Bengals-Cowboys game next week. You should come hang with us. We'd love to have you.
Sounds good. Just let me know.
Good. Thank you. I put on my crimson shirt in your honor, by the way.
Hey, Raekwon, we have a question in the chat for you. I'm going to queue it up. We've been hearing some amazing stories about the draft moment. That feeling when you finally get drafted 2020, your name gets called. What was that feeling in that moment? That's what everybody works towards in that moment.
Can you repeat that question?
We were just talking about the moment you find out you're going to be in the NFL. We've heard some really great stories. Kyra earlier said that he cried. What was that moment like for you when you found out you were going to the NFL, because you worked your entire life for that moment?
I'd say like the whole NFL, like the whole draft process was real stressful. Just waiting on that team to call your phone. Especially if you playing the waiting game. But I definitely cried. It's life changing. I had to cry like a baby. It was only right.
Did you cry? Wait, Raekwon,
it's big though. I cried like a baby. Yeah.
Who were you there with in that moment? Your entire family was there with you?
I was with my family. Yeah, I had my whole family there. So, seeing them, emotional for you, it make you emotional. So, yeah. But no, it was a life-changing thing, that team, they're giving you a shot, it was big.
Yeah, no, for sure. Wait, AJ, who is it on that door behind you? I see a face on the door. Yeah, who is that? You see right behind you? What is that? Oh, you're muted, AJ. You're on mute.
Oh,
that's it.
Dick Vitale. There it is.
Oh, I couldn't see it. It sure is.
Yeah.
I was like, who is the man's face behind you? That was funny.
Yeah, we're
Hey, you
in
guys.
our room for radio. Myself, Trevor Maddich, and Matt Schick. We do college game day radio.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. I love that. Well, you guys, I want to remind you, don't forget Coke is connecting fans with all the exclusive content. You get the recipes, experiences on their Great Calls digital hub. You know, I've been here drinking my Coke all day long. You can actually win those weekly prizes for DoorDash, Fanatics, Coca-Cola store, Yeti coolers, and more. So make sure to go check it out and click the ads right here in Hang. Or you can go to coca-cola.com/college football to get in on those weekly prizes. All right. Definitely don't want to miss out on that. So AJ and Raekwon, what do you think was the greatest call in college football? Speaking of Coke and their great calls, what would you say was the greatest call either in your college career or overall in college football history?
Holding. I don't know. I honestly don't know. What you say, AJ?
I mean, greatest call in what in what sense? Like, could it be from like Eli Gold?
Absolutely. In college football history, absolutely.
Well, I mean, for me, I think it's Eli Gold at the end of the second national championship against Notre Dame, announcing that we've won and being the first BCS era team to ever win it back to back. It's pretty special.
It is great. Shouts out to Liz P. Liz says, what is your
I'm gonna chime in. I don't know if Vince is on or if he can hear, but I mean, I don't know that there was any greater call than 2006 national championship. It's 4th and 5. Texas goes for it, and Vince wins the national champ. And that's a pretty darn good call. So that's my vote. But that's a good one. That is a good one. That is definitely a good one. I love that. Raekwon, are you actually driving in the moment?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so. You look
No,
like
I'm
you're on
not
the
driving.
passenger side. Okay.
No.
But I heard the
Yeah.
blinker.
I'm not driving.
You made me a little nervous.
No,
So,
I'm not driving.
okay. AJ, I got to ask you. So you were once in a quarterback competition with Josh Allen when he was I think he was a rookie at the time, right?
Yes.
Did you realize then that he would be as special as he is now? Like, did you know it? You were like, oh, this guy's good.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could see the arm talent. I mean, it was just Raekwon knows, like, when you get in the NFL, it's getting enough reps to learn the game, learn the speed of the game, different concepts, and how the game's played. But yeah, you could definitely see the arm talent was there, and he was a freak athlete, and he's a great dude. So I think the biggest thing for him is trying to limit, like I told him, years ago when I was with him, limit the amount of hits he takes. I know he likes running the ball, but your body only has a certain amount of hits before it's just time's up. So trying to prolong your career as long as you can for him, I think is the biggest thing, him staying healthy.
Does your body also only have a certain amount of throws, would you say? How do you take care of your arm as a quarterback? Like, what does that ritual look like?
Yeah. Every quarterback's different. Some guys can throw for days and days and not have it, any soreness. And then there's some guys that could go out and throw for one day and be sore for the next 2 days. So I think it's finding the happy balance and whatever's good for you personally, and with arm care and taking care of your body is always big.
Nice. I love it. Hey, you guys, I think it's time for us to do an Academy Sports and Outdoors trivia. I just want to remind everybody that you can gear up all season long at your local academy or academy.com for the latest tailgating and fan gear. Again, grills, coolers, chairs, all of your school branded merchandise, Academy always has you covered. So get ready to answer the question in the chat. First person to answer this correctly is going to be our winner. Let's see here. Here is our Academy trivia question. Which teams did AJ McCarron beat for his 2 consecutive national championships with Alabama? AJ, you can't answer this. Is it Georgia and Auburn, LSU and Georgia, Notre Dame and LSU, or Texas and Notre Dame? First person to put the answer correctly in the chat is going to be our Academy trivia winner. Shotmaster, nope. That is not correct. Let's see.
Nope.
Nope. Robert J, not correct. Y'all are typing slow over there. I'm gonna go through the options one more time. Which teams did AJ McCarron beat for his 2 consecutive national championships with Alabama? Was it Georgia and Auburn, LSU and Georgia, Notre Dame and LSU, or Texas and Notre Dame? Everybody's Googling right now. I can see y'all. Your cameras are going off. Everybody's cheating.
Robert won.
Yep. Robert won. Robert, go ahead and unmute yourself. Congratulations. The answer is Notre Dame and LSU. Congratulations, Robert. Unmute yourself. You just won you a gift card courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
I knew it was Notre Dame, but I couldn't get. I didn't know LSU or the other one, Texas.
Yes. Congratulations. We have your email. We're going to make sure that we get your information later on and mail you out this Academy Sports and Outdoors gift card. All right. Thanks, Robert, for playing. Appreciate it. Hey, AJ, out of those 2 championships, was one more meaningful than the other? Obviously, they're both amazing, right? But was one game, well, let me just say, which game was tougher? That's probably a better question.
Well, I mean, they were both blowouts. But yeah, I would say the LSU game was more meaningful just because we had lost to them earlier in the year, 9-6, and what was considered game of the century. And then we go down, in New Orleans, play them in the Superdome, and to beat them 21-0. I think that was pretty special.
That is. Where do you keep your rings?
I gave some of them to family members that helped me during my time growing up, and so my dad has one. My grandfather had one, and but I just got back. He recently passed away, and then my uncle has one.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up. I love that. John, did you have a question? And then right after that, Shotmaster, then you can unmute yourself. And after John?
Yeah, Shotmaster can go. Let Shotmaster go first.
All right, so I was just commenting on the amount of rings, but I know you said you do a podcast, AJ, with Trevor. Just tell him I said hi. I love his work. I'm a big Washington fan, and he used to do some breakdown of Washington football for us here. So I just wanted to shout out Trevor. I saw him. Awesome. I think I saw him in the background there.
Yeah, he got up to meet with our producer here. So talking about us going on, I think, a little earlier than what we were scheduled to do.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep.
So AJ, Matt Leinart on the pregame show on TV said that Bryce Young is the best QB prospect ever to come out of college. Do you agree with that? And if not, who do you think was or is?
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I never get into the whole best ever goat talk, all that. Like, football's played in eras, right? So, I mean, you could argue like during, Matt Leinert's time, him or, Ken Dorsey, like during that era, like the way they play football now is completely different than the way, we played at Alabama during my time. So when it comes to even a, uh, a prospect, like I never, that's just hard for me. So I'm gonna leave that up to Matt if Matt wants to make that call. But listen, Bryce is super talented, and there's no hiding that. I think the work shows for itself. So, and he's gonna have a great opportunity to play at the next level and achieve everything he's ever wanted.
Some people grade him down because he's not 6 feet tall. How much does height matter for an NFL quarterback?
Well, I mean, it can matter for sure. I think it all depends on, like Drew Brees, a smaller guy, but Drew was excellent at being able to throw in lanes, move in the pocket to find lanes, because NFL pocket's way different than the college pocket. So you got to be able to throw with uh, people in your face, stepping on your toes, not being able to stride into it, throw off your back foot, change arm angles. So it's definitely different when it gets to the next level. But I mean, there's been guys that have made it work. So I mean, I'm not gonna doubt him.
Hey, I missed a question earlier in the chat. They wanted to know Raekwon and AJ. Do you guys still keep in touch with any of the current players on Bama's team? Like maybe as a mentor.
I've talked to guys. I don't hit them up. They're busy, and I stay busy doing stuff, working, being a dad. So for me, I'm not hitting everybody up.
Yeah, that would take a lot of time. You said same, Raekwon?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah. That's for sure. I can imagine. But if those guys ever reach out or whatever, I'm sure you guys would, be willing to coach them up, let them, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. Teresa, you could go ahead and unmute yourself.
Raekwon, tell me about the Dolphins this year. What position? I mean, are you guys excited to beat the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, man. I mean, we looking good this year. We're gonna see how we really, how we're gonna be for the whole year starting tomorrow. But yeah, we gonna do fine.
He said we're gonna do fine.
Who's your roommate on the road, or do you get your own room?
Huh?
Do you have a roommate on the road? Who's your roommate on the road? Or do you get your own room?
I get my own room. Yeah, I get my own room.
So y'all, does everybody get their own room?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. I would hope so.
I thought all the rookies got together, Raekwon. I don't know. I thought they put people together. My bad.
Nah, my rookie year, I never was in a room with nobody. Nah.
So is the rumor true, Raekwon? Like when you make it to the league, the rookie pledging that they say goes on, like you guys have to pay for a really expensive dinner, things like that. Do those things really take place, or is that just in the movies?
Yeah. My rookie dinner, I just didn't go, because I just, me, I'm a bully, so I ain't gonna I ain't finna pay for nobody's meal. But it's the thing though. I mean, I ain't knocking it, but I didn't go, so I couldn't really tell you.
How expensive can those meals get sometimes?
Oh yeah, they high. I'm not doing that. Yeah. I mean, AJ probably had that. AJ, you know what? You probably went to a rookie dinner.
Yeah, I had so I was blessed to be with two older guys. So I mean, Andy was in the league for about 5-6 years, maybe 4 or 5 at the time when I got drafted to Cincy, and then we had Jason Campbell, the Auburn great, and he was in the room. So I was blessed to be with some awesome guys, and yeah, I mean, I took them to dinner, but both of those guys, I mean, they've made
How
enough
much
money.
was
They
it?
didn't.
How much
I
was it?
think mine was probably about 800 to 1,000.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I mean, we
That's
went
still a lot of money.
to a top notch and ordered a couple bottles of wine and stuff. So, hell, I eat good, so I wasn't complaining.
So a lot of that tab was yours.
Yeah, I mean, the whole tab was mine. And, it's part of it. I'd much rather have that 1,000 than Raekwon will tell you. I mean, there's stories of guys having to pay 20 to 30 grand for a dinner.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, you got off pretty good with the 800 to 1,000 for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so I missed looking up, and I think we're kind of on a delay here where I am. Can anybody update me on the score of the game really quick?
It is 17-16, and with about a minute left, Texas is in field goal range, so they have the ball.
Wow, this is definitely not what was predicted. I was definitely reading and hearing, at least Bama winning by 20. So,
It's all good. He's gonna shank it.
Yeah, I know you guys are surprised. Let's try one more time. I think I see possibly Vince Young. I know we've been having some technical difficulties from the stadium, but I want to try one more time. I think I see his name on the screen. Not quite sure. He not.
He needs to unmute.
Okay. Vince, you may be muted. Actually, you are muted for sure, but I don't even see your camera right now. I saw you earlier. All right, we'll come back to him in just a second. I want to remind everybody, if you want those VIP passes, those VIP tickets to our hang that goes down tomorrow, Tampa Bay versus the Dallas Cowboys. We got a lot of great players that are going to be joining us. So please, please, please make sure you guys get your tickets, your VIP tickets right now at let'shang.live. Hold on just a second. This may be Vince calling. Hello? Oh, okay, great. You guys, this is Vince. Vince, we'll put him on speakerphone. Here we go. I'm not sure if you're. Hey, we make anything work at Hang, okay? We.
You showing his number, right?
Oh shoot! No, it's his PR person. It's okay. Oh, you're right though. Raekwon, good looking out. That was a rookie move. Great. Okay. Can you guys hear him?
Hello?
Hey, Vince.
What's going on?
Hey, welcome to Hang. Can you guys hear him? Woo! Everybody's clapping for you.
Let's hang.
Well, you guys, one of the greatest players in Texas history. We're glad to have you hanging with us. We know you're live from the game right now. How stressed are you? Because, I mean, there's a 1-point difference.
Oh my God, this is like blood pressure on fire right now. But I'm so happy for our defense and Art right now for stepping up and being ready. What are you doing? Oh my God, what is going on? What happened here?
Hey, easy, Vince. You left too much time on.
I love y'all. I'm hanging.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, we got the live action. We got to hear it live. His reaction to making that field goal that put Texas in the lead. 19-17. I'm sure he's a ball of emotions right now. Hello?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much. You have a great day. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, you guys, we got to hear him for 2 seconds. AJ, Raekwon, they just made the field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
they
still
left
time.
way too much time.
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ, I was gonna
20-19.
AJ, I was gonna ask you, like, what's the mindset, right? You're gonna get the ball back. What's Coach Saban saying to Bryce? Like, what's the plan?
I mean, Saban's not going to say anything, really and truly, but I mean, it comes down to not having any negative plays right here. You gotta have a positive start. So on the first play, you gotta at least get some yardage. I mean, this is about the same amount of time that I think we had in the comeback versus LSU at LSU my junior year. So just get a positive play on the first play and you'll be fine. We finally got a kicker that can kick it pretty good, it seems like. So just get in field goal range, and I think we win the ball game 20-19. So.
Hey, AJ, I was watching some of the guys during the pregame, and they were talking about when a quarterback goes out and they throw a bad pass or throw an interception, it takes a lot of mental capacity to snap back from that, right? So, what do you think is going on in the minds of Bama's quarterback right now? Like, where is his mind right now? What is he thinking?
Well, hopefully he's not thinking anything negative, because then you're screwed. Like I said, they just started off with a 8-yard gain on the first play, a big one right here to Gibbs. There we go. They left too much time. Too much time. Just take what they give you. That's the biggest thing. Take what they give you, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I guess you're right. If you get too tense or too nervous in this moment, too much pressure, then you start not playing your game.
Yeah, you can't think and play. You just got to react.
Yeah, this is pretty tense. Oh, Lord Jesus. His TV forget him on a little bit. So. Oh my goodness, you guys. Down to the last minute of the game. My goodness. Raekwon, you're missing one heck of a game.
No, I'm watching them from my other phone.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
Yeah, I'm watching
it. You're very calm considering you're watching, Raekwon.
Raekwon is a calm guy, I can tell.
Nah, man, you gotta be cool, calm, collect right now. That's all it is.
So if you were at home, Raekwon, would you normally be yelling and screaming at the TV?
Nah. Saturdays I'd be cool, man, because I'm next, so my games be on the next day. So I'd be, my Saturdays be cool.
True, that makes a lot of sense. Teresa, go ahead. You can unmute and ask your question to Raekwon.
Raekwon, I heard Tom told me that your kids were yelling and screaming at home. Were they cheering for Alabama? Are they sports fans?
No, it was just no, it was all in the game room. So when they were asking me to get on a call with y'all, I was like, yeah, I gotta go to the car because it's not gonna work out. My kids at home in the game room, they yelling. Y'all gonna be asking like questions and stuff. So I had to go somewhere, quiet.
That's called hang dedication, and we appreciate that. Like you trying to provide the fact that you went to your car to hang out with us and watch the game on your other cell phone. That is dedication. Yeah. Kudos to you, Raekwon, for sure. Even AJ, like behind the scenes, again, both of you guys biting your nails. The fact that you guys have taken this time out to hang with us is absolutely amazing, and we appreciate you both. Seriously.
Of course, right, appreciate y'all having us.
For sure. What's going on real quick, AJ? Because yours is a little bit ahead of mine. What's going on?
We're at the 17-yard line, 27 seconds left. So we're in field goal range. Like I said, ball game 2019, we're gonna win.
Texas missed it. They missed a tackle. Bryce just ran. Yeah, they
ducked right under that sack.
Yeah, if we get quiet for a second, it's just real tense. It all boils down to
touchdown. Oh no, Bryce.
No, he's being safe, man. They got the field goal.
I know, but throw it out in front, I thought, but just give him a chance.
No. So, well, you're the quarterback. I can't disagree with you.
I mean, the only thing, if you throw it, I think throwing it out towards the back of the end zone so he can run and either toe tap or it's incomplete, like out in front of him, rather than if you throw that on that side, you don't even give him a chance.
That looked like a throwaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Of course. All right. Just run to the middle of the field.
Yeah, I would just run.
Ooh, what are you doing over there?
Why?
All right. Well, I need to get some Florida State plans for blocking kicks here. I tell you what, when he ducked that corner blitz.
Yeah. They went double corner cat. Did you see that?
Oh, they went both sides?
Both sides. They went 0 out of it. They either brought the nickel in short side corner or both corner, but
that kicker got there quick.
Shot master said so. You're absolutely right. Shot master. Well, wait, what just happened? What did I just miss? Okay, somebody's gonna have to unmute and let me know what did I just miss? What just happened? What's going on?
Nothing.
He hit
Texas just called a timeout.
Your foot just deflated and blocked the punt.
Bama hit a field goal, but Texas had called timeout.
Oh my! Okay. You can't even look away for a second. I literally missed that.
All game.
Can you call timeout retroactively? Ice and twice.
Yeah, I don't know. Y'all can say I called it.
You did. You absolutely did. And we have it on tape, live on tape. You're a genius, AJ. AJ and Raekwon, thank you guys so much for hanging with us today.
I said field goal. I said that.
But you know what, Raekwon, you actually did earlier. We have that on tape too. My bad. Yes, you did. Before AJ got on, you absolutely did. So both of you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for taking your time being with us today.
Appreciate it.
You all have been amazing. Raekwon and AJ, salute to you and everything you guys have going on. We're definitely fans and cheering for you all the way. No matter what comes next, you have our support, all right?
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
All right. Y'all have a good one. I want to remind everybody, all the fans, to gear up at Academy and check out Coke's great calls hub for those game day recipes, to win gear, and a bunch more. And don't forget, we do have some upcoming hangs, some amazing guys that are going to be joining us. Tampa Bay versus the Cowboys. Coming up this Sunday, we have LeGarrette Blunt's going to be in the building. Chris Canty, RDC World, Andre Drummond, T.O. is going to be in the building. That's going to be a fun one. So make sure you join us tomorrow for Tampa at Dallas. And then again, September the 18th for Cincinnati versus Dallas as well. Go to Let's Hang.live right now. Go ahead and get your VIP tickets early. You guys have been an outstanding hang crew. We love hanging with you. Thank you, guys. I see Brad cheering. Brad is happy. Brad is a happy guy. I see you, Brad. Yeah, I see you. I love it. I see all the Bama fans are having a blast right now. You guys, thank you so much. Again, go to Let's Hang.live and click free tickets to see the full lineup of games this fall. And I will see you guys next time, all right? Thank y'all for hanging. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Jade, great job.